Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. How you all doing? Welcome to the Escape Artist. Don't waste time. Get that code in, come and join the game. There are still 2 bugs in this game that I need to fix. One where it doesn't zoom in enough, and one where the text message is wrong on question 2 of round 3. Thank you for the 8th month subscription there, Samster. Welcome to the stream. And the RTGJ is the sub message as well. Thank you very much for your continued support. I hope you're keeping well. Hope you're all keeping well. Had a good weekend so far. It's been... I don't know what I've done this weekend. I did some recordings this morning. That was good. Did some recordings for online church tomorrow. And then I did some... I wrote some questions for this afternoon. Oh, a bit noise. Why doesn't it do the bit noise? Thank you for the 250 bits, Matt. That's really kind of you. Can you escape the quiz prison? We'll have to find out. It should do a bit noise, but I don't know why it doesn't. It's very distressing. I read some questions for Risky Business, which we're playing later on. And then I did some more stuff on New Thing, which I'm going to talk about later on. New Thing, which is happening tonight, which is going to be like really exciting. And I'm looking forward to that. So there's 3 games tonight, 1 of each. The last one will be shorter and isn't quite finished, but just to give you a flavour, because I'm trying to promote stuff. So, yeah, put bins out. Bins out is good. Mind you, actually, Kira, where you are putting the bins out, that's sort of, you know, that's a 40-minute job. The time you've gone up and down the stairs, or in the lift, possibly. I took the bins out earlier. I took the recycling down. Put the black bins. This is what I just sort of now am. I'm just sort of regaling how my day's been, all the stuff I've been doing. Anyway, it is lovely to have you all here, and I hope you're keeping well. Let me say good evening to you all. Procyon, the Lupine One, Innis, Lewis T, Ardenvets, Pum and Ben, Clive Legend, Topper One Gaming, Apodo Nuevo, AJ Aluzi, the Necker Grandma, good evening, Holger Mate, howdy do, and now cut that out, Matt the Ref, We Like Shapes, Connor M, I don't know why I called you Connor M, I just call you Connor. Hello Connor, welcome to the stream. Brian, Puzzle Dan, Shadow Main, Amy, Useless Noisemaker aka Kira, 8 Minky, Serial Quizzer, me, I'm here I guess, that's nice, hello me. That joke though. David Bodicum, good evening. Proogs, Natter, Hodders, Dogfish, Score Count, It's Sotley, who I'll talk more about in a minute. Welcome It's Sotley, Nightbot, always good to see they've shown up. DC Simmons, Anacep, Cyclespace, Mogra, Gruff Arlo, Samster, Cetra, Oni91 and ABME, welcome to you all, and anyone who is lingering and lurking in the chat, you are very, very welcome here as well. The bot only flags you when you type a message, so if you're lingering and just watching, Matt J Puzzle Guy, welcome, good evening and welcome to the game. If you're lingering, if you're just watching, that's completely fine as well. I hope you're well wherever you are and you are keeping happy and safe. Now, we're playing the Escape Artist first, and it's Sotley's question pack that we're writing. It's Sotley, who I'm hoping isn't in the game, because he knows all the answers. And very, very grateful to It's Ollie's. It's Ollie's first question pack, I think, for the gamut of games that we play here. So hugely grateful to him for the efforts he's put in, and do be extra nice to him when you let him know what you think a bit later on, which I'm sure you will in a nice way. How does this work? That is a very good question, Aluzi. So I'll explain the rules briefly. There are 3 rounds in the Escape Artist. And the objective is to escape from each of the rounds and to ultimately become the Escape Artist. Why is my console keep pinging me saying lobby is open? I don't know why it's doing that. That's very annoying. In the first round, you have to answer 5 out of 10 questions. The questions are worth a different amount of points as judged by the difficulty of the questions. So a very easy question is worth 1. A very hard question is worth 10. The objective is to answer 5 of the questions correctly. And if you do that, you escape the round. If you don't, you are eliminated. Likewise, if you lose 3 lives, if you get a question wrong, then you lose a life, and if you lose all 3 lives, then you are eliminated from the game. Furthermore, if it becomes mathematically impossible for you to escape, for example, if you need to answer 5 questions and there are only 4 left, you will also be eliminated from the game. So there's a little bit of strategy here. Do you want to wait for the harder questions, because the questions come up in a random order and will be shown in the top left-hand corner? Do you want to go in a random order? Random order? Do you want to answer the hardest questions? That's what I meant to say there. Do you want to answer the hardest questions, or do you want to play it safe and definitely guarantee you're going to get 5 correct answers by answering the easier ones? Because of course, the more points you get, the easier time you will have later on. That's the concept of round 1. Once you have answered 5 questions, however, you are frozen out of the round and cannot answer any more. So pick them carefully. Yeah, that's about all there is to it. 10 questions, answer 5 of them. Once you've answered 5 of them, you escape the round and can't answer any more. If you don't answer 5, you're or you lose 3 lives, you're eliminated from the game. All of your answers, as per usual, are whispered to Persephone's Twitch bot, so make sure you've got her whisper window open so that you can get your answers into her. They are full answers rather than letters. It's not multiple choice in this game, so full answers. I can override if the computer doesn't like your spelling for whatever reason, but it's generally pretty good nowadays. So, So yes, whisper your answers to Persephone's Twitch bot. That is very, very important. Otherwise, if you whisper it to public chat, a moderator is going to delete it, and it will not be processed by the game. Is it my imagination, or is that top row floating? Are all the rows floating? What? How have I only just spotted this? Or is it just a weird texture? Hang on. Let's go and investigate. Let's just pop that up here so you... Oh no, I can't do that because I'm going to investigate from this side of the screen. You might be able to see it when it pans next. Are they floating? I can't... They are a little bit floating, aren't they? And when I say a little bit, I mean quite a lot. I've just realised all of the podiums are floating. And now they'll try defying gravity. Kiss me goodbye, I'm defying... Sorry. Hello, Kegler Coach. Welcome to the stream. Lovely to have you here. So that's a bug I should probably fix. If a mod could get that in Issues Arising. Podiums are floating, and also my log is just if you just say log saying lobby is open is a very weird thing. Yeah, I'm going to get us muted. That would be really bad. So you're all floating tonight, and you may have been floating for all the time we've been playing this game up until now, but there we go. 37 players in the game. I'm going to give you another couple of minutes to join, and then we are going to get going, because we've got 2 more games that we're going to be playing this evening, which will be very exciting. Should be fine until we get collision errors and start exploding around the room. Fortunately, there's no physics in this. Hodders. Not Hodders. Who said that? Apodo Nuevo. Sorry, there was no physics in this game, so the colliders, if they are still on them, which they probably are purely ceremonial. Right, I'm going to give it one more pan, and then we are going to get cracking. So yeah, the first round, answer any of the 5 questions that you get presented with. The lower the points, the easier the question, but of course the more points you get, the easier you will find it later on. I think that is logging lobby is open every time someone writes a message in chat, which is like really bad. I don't know how that's happened or how I've not noticed that before, but Right, that's the final pan. We've got 37 players. Let's lock you in. Round 1 is initiate. As I briefly explained before, you will be presented with up to 10 questions. You must answer any 5 of those questions. You can answer any of the 5 you like, but remember the question values up there in the left hand corner directly correlate to the difficulty. So the last question is a 9 difficulty, so you know the last question is going to be pretty tricky. Do you want to take a risk and wait till then to maximise your points? Bearing in mind, if you get 3 wrong answers, or if it becomes mathematically impossible for you to escape the round, you will be eliminated. But also bear in mind, once you've answered 5, so if you answer the first 5, you can't answer any more and you are locked out of the round, but you are safe and into round 2. Lots of things that need to be thought about. And you're whispering your answers to Persephone's Twitch bot, so make sure you've got her ready. The first question is going to be worth 6 points, so it's about middling difficulty. And once again, very, very many thanks to Itzotli for providing us with this question pack this evening. Good luck to you all. It's time to play the escape artist. For 6 points, here comes question number 1. Before I do that, one more thing. Keep your eye on the chat if you've not played before. Eye on the chat, because once the question comes up in the chat, the question is live. So if you're watching the screen, there might be a little bit of latency. So as ever, keep your eye on the chat, because once the question is there, the question's live. Good luck. Here's question 1. Which American city co-hosted Live Aid with London? Six-pointer there. 19 of you attempting that question. 19 out of 37, just about half. Let's see what you said. Philadelphia. Incorrect answers. We've got New York, LA, New York, New York, LA, New York, New York. I'm afraid it was Philadelphia, so if you put anything else, I'm afraid you're going to lose a life. Everyone else has got 6 points, and you've got a little pip along the side of your dial. When that hits the top, it means you're about to escape. Philadelphia was the answer. Let's light you back up. Question number 2. This is a 2-pointer, one of the easier questions in the game. So see what you think of this. Question number 2, take a look. By what body part was Achilles held when he was submerged in the river Styx? Much more popular question here. 7 people abstaining from this one, but 30 having a go for 2 points. The correct answer is his heel. It is specifically his heel rather than his leg or his foot, because it's from where we get the colloquialism, the Achilles heel. Yes, so I'm not inclined to accept leg or foot or ankle. Heels, I think I will condone though, Connor. Just the S on the end. I think I'm going to allow that. So Connor, saying heels. Where's my condone answer button? There it is. Have 2 points. Yes, he was suspended by his heel. All the other incorrect answers I will not accept. Leg, heels, foot, ankle. Heels I accepted. Leg, foot, ankle, feet, foot, feet. It is specifically heel we're after. Well done if you've got 2 points. If not, you're going to lose a life. Let's light you back up. So already, just after 2 questions, we have got some data to report. No one is yet one away. No one yet requires all of them, because we've still got 8 questions left. But we have got 3 players on their last live: Kegler Coach, Shadowmane, and AJ. Remember, you don't have to answer if you're not sure. You don't have to give an answer, but remember, you must get at least 5 at some point over the course of it. But step carefully, Kegler Coach, Shadowmane, and AJ. One more correct answer, and you will be summarily eliminated from the game. Question number 3 is a 1-pointer. It's the easiest question of the lot in theory. Take a look at this. The giant panda is native to which country? Not quite as many going for that one. 25 out of 37 giving that one a go. Correct answer was China. Not Japan, Matt, just next door. It is China, I'm afraid. Matt, you're going to lose a life, but everybody else getting themselves a single point. And no one due for elimination just yet, which is nice to see. Matt, you're going to lose that life. Everyone else got a point. Let's light you back up. So, we've still got 3 players who are on their last lives. Nothing else much to report until we get to the midpoint, and then it's going to start getting a bit interesting. No one yet, I don't think, is one away. Still nobody one away just yet. So there's a few people with 3, having answered all 3 so far. So this question 4 is going to be a little bit more difficult. It's a 7-pointer. Take a look at this. Justin Trudeau is the leader of which Canadian political party? $18 out of 37. Again, just about half having a stab at this 7-pointer here. Let's have a look and see what you said. It's the Liberal Party, not the Labour Party. It's the Liberal Party, different L. Liberal Party of Canada was also a correct answer. Let me just have a look at my alternative answers list, which for some reason I don't have debugged, which is very strange. I'm just assuming the computer's doing its thing. No, not Labour, so I'm afraid Natter, Holger, Lupine, Puzzledan, and 8Ninky, you're all going to lose a life. Liberals, or the Liberal Party of Canada, is the answer we were after. Still no one due for elimination. Let's light you back up. So, something more interesting to look at now. Hodders is the first player to go that nice shade of aquamarine. That means, Hodders, you are one question away. The next question you answer correctly will see you escaping from the round, but will, of course, freeze you out from answering any others. No one yet requiring all. Everyone's got at least... I think everyone has answered at least one. It does look like everyone's answered at least one, which is nice to see. 4 people now in their last life. Puzzle down 5 people even. Puzzle down 8 Minky, AJ, Shadowmane and Kegler Coach. One more misstep and you will be eliminated from the game. Tread carefully. Question number 5 is worth 8 points. Another tricky question. Take a look at this. UFC competitor Donald Cerrone is known professionally by what nickname? Just the 3 players having a go at this. Procyon, Serial Quizzer and AJ attempting this one. Everybody else sitting this one out. It's an 8-point question. Let's see what they said. Here's the cowboy. Well done if you got that. 8 points to each of you. Nothing more to report. AJ saving that last life and remaining in the game. Very nice indeed. Let's light you back up. And we go to question number 6. Still just Hodders, who is 1 away at this point. I beg your pardon, Matt J. Puzzle Guy is the only player not to have answered any questions, which means, Matt J. Puzzle Guy, you need to answer the remaining 5 questions and correctly, or you will be eliminated from the game. If you abstain, again, you'll be eliminated because there won't be enough questions left. Still the 5 players with that 1 life. Shadowmane, Puzzle Down, AJ, 8 Minky, Kegler Coach as well. Something I should have said at the beginning, for every life you've got left at the end of this round, we will give you a bonus point. So if you've got all 3 lives left at the end, you get an extra 3. Speaking of 3, question number 6 is worth 3 points. Take a look at this. What is the base spirit in a daiquiri cocktail? (28 out of 37 having a go at this question. Let's see what you've said. It's rum. Rum was the answer we're after. Quite a lot of people saying vodka there. Dogfish has gone for run. That's a condonable typo, so Dogfish, I'm going to allow that. I can see what you meant, and that's just a slip of the finger. And because it's such a short word, that doesn't get through the spell checker, but I can see what you mean, Dogfish, and I'm going to let you have that. Other answers, vodka, whiskey, tequila and vodka, all incorrect. The answer we did need there was rum, which means, unfortunately, Matt J. Puzzle Guy, because you didn't submit an answer there, it is now impossible for you to escape. And Puzzle Dan, you answered that question incorrectly, which means your lives have been exhausted. So for you two, I'm afraid, it is the end of the road, and it's lights out. However, Hodders becomes the first player to escape, going that nice dark shade of blue. 19 points, you'll carry those forward into round 2, Hodders. However, for now, you are frozen out. You cannot attempt these last 4 questions. If you want away, you're light blue. Dogfish, now cut that out. Cycle Space, Lupine, you're just 1 away from escaping any of the next 4 questions. We'll see you good. Matt and DC Simmons, you need to answer all of the remaining questions correctly in order to escape. If you get one wrong or abstain at this point, you will be eliminated. Still, no, a few more on the last life now. Nata, Shadowmane, Matt, AJ, 8 Minky, and Kegler Coach. Still all on your last life, so tread carefully because a wrong answer will also eliminate you. Good luck. Question number 7 is worth 4 points. Take a look at this. Who guest starred as Mr. Bergstrom in the Simpsons episode Lisa's Substitute? Just 7 out of 34 attempting this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, 7. Oh, because Hodders has already escaped. That's why there's 8 there. Yes, 7 people attempting this one. How well do you know your Simpsons? Let's take a look. The correct answer is Dustin Hoffman. Lots of wrong answers here. We've got Tom Cruise, Bruce Willis, Obama, and Brad Pitt. 3 people going for Dustin Hoffman. Pum and Ben now cut that out. And Samsa really must do this zoom out thing. In fact, I might do it now, actually. It'll probably undo it when I change the pan, but it is slightly irritating me, and it's probably irritating Samster a lot more that he can't see himself in the end there, so let's just push that back out a little bit. Yeah, Dustin Hoffman, now cut that out, becomes the 2nd player to escape this round with a score of 21. Congratulations, now cut that out, you're through to round 2. Anyone due for elimination? Oh, if I focus on the right object, then I'll be able to see, won't Due for elimination? Yes, we have got 2, DC Simmons and Matt the Ref. It is now impossible for both of you to escape. So unfortunately for you two, it is the end of the road and it's lights out. There's a lot more colour on the screen now. Hodders and Now Cut That Out have escaped with 19 and 21 points respectively. If you want away, you're light blue, and we'll flash you up there. Samster, Pum and Ben, Dogfish, Cycle Space, Lupine 1. Any of the next 3 questions will see you good to escaping. If you require all of them, you're orange, and you're flashing now. Quite a few of you there. You must get all 3 of the remaining questions. Abstaining or getting it wrong will send you out the game. If you're on your last life, quite a few people there, you can't afford a wrong answer either. A lot of them are orange already, but AJ and Natter, you don't need all of them, but you can't afford a wrong one. Good luck. Question number 8 is the tricky one. It's worth 10 points, or the trickiest one. Take a look at this. Craig Mazin, writer of Scary Movie 4, was also responsible for which critically acclaimed TV miniseries? People attempting this 10-point question here. 13 out of 31 remaining players, two of whom who have escaped. Let's take a look. The correct answer was Chernobyl. Chernobyl was the answer we were after there. Oh, lots of wrong answers. V, Dexter, The Human Uprising of 2027, Black Mirror, The Big Bang Theory, Gravity Falls, It, Stranger Things, and Bye from Kegler Coach. So that is going to mean there are 9 people now due for elimination. For most of them, it's impossible to escape. Aluzi, Ardenfetz, Amy, Cetra, ABME, and the Necrogramma, it's impossible for you to escape. Holgamate, Shadowmane, and Kegler Coach, your lives have been exhausted. It might also be impossible for you to escape. But for you 9, I'm afraid, it is the end of the road, and it's lights out. Not answer, reset. And then there were 21. What started as 37 has dropped rather rapidly to 21. And of those 21, that many, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 are just 1 away. Either of the next 2 questions, you guys, 5 on the 5-point or the 9-point, will see you good to escaping. If you require all of them, then you're orange. Everybody else who hasn't escaped, so you're either orange, you need 2, or you're light blue and you need 1, or you're dark blue and you've already escaped. Additionally, last life, slightly ceremonial at this point, but you do of course get that bonus point if you have it intact at the end. Question number 9 is going to be worth 5 points. Take a look at this. Which musical artist has released albums entitled Folklore and Reputation? It's a moment the players who are light blue have to have a think. Do they want to gamble and wait for the 9-pointer, or are they going to play it safe on this slightly easier question? 16 out of 21, just 5 abstentions there. The correct answer was Taylor Swift. Natter going for Drake, Topper 1 going for George Michael, Anisette going for Prince, Pruse going for Ed Sheeran, and Brian going for Underwood. All incorrect answers, I'm afraid, which means we've got 7 people due for elimination. Connor, opponent away vote, Natter, Topper 1, Anisette, Prugs, and Brian. Either you've exhausted your lives or it's impossible for you to escape. So for you 7, I'm afraid it is the end of the road and it's lights out. And we are down to just 10. We've got 7 players who have already escaped and 10 players still active in the game. Clive, We Like Shapes, AJ, 8 Minky, Pum and Ben, Cycle Space, Innis, Kira, Mogra, and Procyon. This final question is worth 9 points if you can give me a correct answer. And all of you who I've just said there do need to give me the correct answer. If you give me a wrong answer or you abstain, you will be eliminated from the game. Good luck. Question number 10 is worth 9 points, and your survival, here it is. What is the name of the island to which Napoleon was exiled and subsequently died on? Kira not submitting an answer there, which means she will be eliminated by default. Bad luck, because there are not enough questions left. The correct answer was St Helena. Well done if you got that. 1, 2, 3, 4 players all going for the wrong answer, going for Elba. which is not the right answer. 5 correct, 4 incorrect. Yeah, 4 people all in agreement with the wrong answer. Now cut that out, saying they would have said Elba as well. Elba was the original exile, right? Only missed out on 4 there, not too bad then. Subsequently died, but was important. But yeah, so I love having the question writer in the chat because to fact check things. Yes, subsequently died on, which was, but he came back. He was banished to Elba but didn't die there. So was he also banished to St. Helena? Abel was I saw Elba. Heartless question back. If he was also exiled to St. Helena, then that question is fine. But if he was exiled to one but died on the other, banished to Elba, then sent. So he was exiled to both. So the question is fine. And unfortunately, 8 Minky, Pum and Ben, We Like Shapes, and Mogra, that is the wrong answer. It's the last question of the round, and so I'm afraid for you four, it is the end of the road, and it's lights out. Guys, could you keep it down a little bit, please? Sorry, they're on a Zoom call with my brother-in-law, and they're all the loudest people in the world at the moment. So that means 12 of you have escaped. Very well played. What started as 37 has gone down to 12. 25 players have been lost already, but you 12 have survived and will go through to round number 2. Congratulations. For every life you've got left, we will give you an extra point. That is the end of round 1. Let's go to round number 2. Round 2 is sustain. Similar concept to the first round. You've got to answer a certain number of questions. This time, however, instead of answering a flat rate of 5, you've got to hit a certain target. The target in this case is 58, which, if my maths is correct, is the highest it is possible for the sustain target to be. Excuse me. This is set by the highest scoring player in the first round plus 15. That's Procyon, 43 plus 15 makes 58, which means all of you need to achieve a score of 58 in order to escape this round. Questions are now worth a flat rate of 5 points. 12v through, thought that round was on point. Yeah, I thought it was very nice, very nicely structured round and well balanced. Good difficulty curve. The reason it's 15 points above is because questions are now worth a flat rate of 5 points. So even the highest scoring player, that's Procyon, must answer at least 3 questions correctly. So take a look at your score and do the maths. AJ Nokia and Clive, bad luck for you guys, because even though you're only one sort of modulo away, after you've gotten 6 questions, you will be 1 point shy and need a 7th because you've got to hit that target. Whereas if you're on 28 or 29, like Oni down there, 1 fewer question, even though you've only got 2 more points. For every life you've got left at the end of this round, we will give you a bonus 2 points, an extra 2 points for lives that you have left at the end of this round, which could be very valuable going into the final. Unlike the first round, however, once you have hit that target, you can continue to answer questions. So once you've hit 58, you can stop answering if you like, because you can still be eliminated if you run out of lives, but you can still answer if you want to try and acquire more points. So round 2 is sustain. The target you're chasing is 58. The very best of luck to all of you. All the questions are roughly similar difficulty and they're all worth a flat rate of 5. Things on buzzers, everybody. Here comes question number 1. In 2020, what became the first comedy show to win all 4 main acting awards at the Primetime Emmy Awards? Seven out of 12. Just over half of you attempting this one. The correct answer was Schitt's Creek. Yes, Schitt's Creek. Big Bang Theory and Veep are the wrong answers. Dogfish, now cut that out. You're going to lose a life. Everybody else, you got yourself 5 points. Well played. Let's light you back up. Question number 2 on the game goes, remember, for every life you have left at the end, you get a bonus 2 points, but if you exhaust them before or even after you've escaped, you will be eliminated. Fingers on buzzers. Here's question number 2. From which nation does Nestor Pitana, referee of the 2018 Men's FIFA World Cup final, hail? 9 out of 12 attempting this one. 3/4 of the pack, just 3 sitting it out. Correct answer was Argentina. Argentinian. Interesting typo there, Procyon, but that is in line with the I can see what you mean rule that I'm playing with tonight, so I am going to condone that. It's also possible to cite Argentinian. Brazil, Spain and Uruguay and Portugal, however, are all incorrect, so you're going to lose a life for that. No one else I think I need to condone there. Portugal, Brazil, Spain, Brazil, Uruguay and Argonian or something. Let's let you back up. It's not nice, Ben. It's just being consistent, and I don't want to punish people for, making errors on spelling when I've got the capacity to. If I can see what they mean and it's just a stray typo, then yeah. But I feel as long as I'm consistent within any given game, then it's kind of fine. If I start being flim-flammy within the same game, that's when people, quite rightly, maybe might protest. So that's my logic, and I've been allowing typos that I can see and recognise that someone knows the answer, even if they haven't fully spelled it right or the computer hasn't recognised it. On we go then to question number 3. Basically, I put myself in the mind of if I was marking my Student Union pub quiz, would I have marked that as correct? And I would have done, so that's my logic there. Question number 3 then, another 5 points available for this. Take a look at, just before we do, Procyon, of course, is 1 away, being the leader, and having answered 2 already. They only need 1 additional question in order to escape. Take a look at question number 3. Which famous mathematician originated from the island of Samos? (11 out of 12), all but 1 player having a go at this one. The correct answer was Pythagoras. It was Pythagoras, not Archimedes, not Euclid. I'm afraid it was Pythagoras. Well done. If you got that, 5 more points. Hodders, Innis and Cyclespace, you're about to lose a life. Let's light you back up. So Procyon becomes the first player to escape round 2. Very well played to you. Of course, Procyon, you can continue to answer. You're getting an extra 5 points for every question and 2 points for every life you've got left at the end. No one is 1 away at this point. However, Cyclespace requires all of the remaining questions, or 7 remaining questions. It's a tall order, especially with only 1 life as well, Cyclespace. But it is doable. Innis and Cyclespace are the only 2 players down to their last life, so tread carefully. No more incorrect answers, or any more incorrect answers, I should say, will eliminate you from the game. Good luck, fingers on buzzers. Here is question number 4. What 1981 Chris Van Allsburg book has a sequel entitled Zathura? (9 out of 12). Again, 3/4 of players attempting this one. Unsurprisingly, a high attendance of questions, so to speak, given there was quite a high target to chase. The correct answer was Jumanji. Bridge to Terabitha is not the right answer. I've been purged is not the right answer, but maybe more of a statement there from Cyclespace. It is the wrong answer, and it does mean at this point, Cyclespace, you have exhausted your lives and it's impossible for you to escape. So for you, I'm afraid it's the end of the road and it's lights out. So, Procyon, still the only player to have escaped, and no one looking like they're quite within spitting distance of it just yet. Serial Quizzer and Samster need another 2. Clive Legend and AJ need another 4, if my maths is good here. If you require all of them, you've got that rather alarming shade of orange. Lupine, Dogfish, Innis, now cut that out. Tread carefully. You've got to get all of the remaining questions in order to escape. And 2 of those, Innis and now cut that out, are also on their last life. So, good luck. Take a look at question number 5. How many sides does a British 20p coin have? Again, 10 out of 11 players attempted this, all but 1, just Clive sitting this one out. The correct answer was 7. It is a heptagon. Serial Quiz are going for 2. I can see the logic, actually. It's got 2, it's got a heads and a tails. Now cut that out going for 6. I suppose you could call that faces. I'm kind of torn in a way, because... I mean... Yeah. Edges may well have been a better word. Yes, possibly. And I think, yeah, on this case, we could get super pedantic about the question and say it's got 2, but actually if you're going on that logic, size, heads, tails, 2 sides to every coin. And as Matt is about to say, as Matt said, then it would technically be 9 sides if you're going to look at that. So edges may have been the better word, but Serial Quizzer, I'm not going to accept 2, and I'm not going to accept 6, which means, unfortunately, it does mean now cut that out, your lives have been exhausted. So for you, I'm afraid it is the end of the road, and it's lights out. Now cut that out the game, and then there were 10. Serial Quizzer losing a life there. Dogfish, Innis and Lupine all still alive for now, but they do require all of the remaining questions, all 5 of them. Still only 1 player even now, Innis on his last life, and we've got the first player to go, the second player rather, after Procyon, to go light blue aquamarine. That is Samster. 1 more question, Samster, and you will escape from this round. There are 5 questions left. Good luck. Take a look at question number 6. Temujin was the birth name of which historical figure? So Sam's sitting this one out. He's not going to be escaping on this question. Going to wait for another one. He's got plenty of time to do it. Let's take a look. 9 out of 10 of you attempting, and the correct answer was Genghis Khan. Tenzing Norgay. Khan. Yes, I'm going to accept Khan, AJ Nokia. General rule is for real people, surname is fine. For fictional people, first name is fine. So based on that, yes, AJ Nokia, I am going to accept Khan. I think it's clear what you mean. And Genghis Khan from Innis there. I'm also going to accept that. Innis, missing off the N off the M maybe a little bit. Trigger happy on the keyboard, but I can see what you mean. Have some points. Hirohito is not the right answer, I'm afraid, Oni. And Tenzing Norgay, Clive, also not the right answer. Not due to lose anyone on this question, though. So, you wouldn't accept Khan, Panda. Okay. My house rule is... Oh, where's that monitor gone? Oh, the monitor came back, thank God. It's a title not named... Oh, is it? See, that I didn't know. That's my ignorance there. My rule is that if it were a surname, but if it's not a surname... my logic is, I think AJ knew what he meant there. But... just going on the... Oh, a noise! Thank you for the follow, Nochibatu. Yeah, well, I've allowed it now, so we can discuss this at length a bit later on. Maybe then it would have been a title. Yeah, we can discuss it at length later on, but the discretion of the quizmaster here, if you like. So, no one due to be dropped. Let's light you back up. Okay, quite a few more colours to report here. 2 players, Serial Quizzer and Samster, now just 1 away. Procyon is pulling away a little bit with that lead up to 73. I don't think they've dropped a question yet. If you require all of them, Oni, Dogfish, Clive, Innis, Lupine 1, you've got to get all of the remaining 4 questions. And if you're on your last life, Clive, Oni, and Innis, you've got that extra pressure to do that as well. Smarter in future to probably fully spell the title and their full title, yeah. Yeah, because if you'd spelt it wrong and I could see what you meant, it probably would have got through the spell checker, or possibly not. But anyway, good luck. Here comes question number 7. The 2019 film Blinded by the Light revolves around the music of which artist? Eight out of 10 attempting this one, just 2 players sitting this one out. Let's take a look. The correct answer is Bruce Springsteen, Hodders and Lupine, and Oni, AJ, Samster, all getting the correct answer here. It's like Procyon's actually sat a question out, so going to be denied the theoretical maximum, but we'll wait and see what happens. Britney Spears, Prince, both incorrect answers, and whelp later, folks. Dogfish making his goodbyes there. Unfortunately, Clive, Dogfish, and Innes, it is now impossible for you three to escape, whether through life exhaustion or not enough questions left. So for you three, good game up to this point, 40-ish points, but I'm afraid for you three, it's the end of the road, and it's lights out. Off they go. Trying to check in with the chat at the same time. Down to 7, 2 of whom have escaped, Sapster and Procyon. And we've got 5 players left in live play. Well, 7 in live play, but 5 who haven't escaped. If you want to weigh, Serial Quizzer and AJ, any one of the next 3 questions will see you good to escaping. Hodders, I think that means you need 2 of them because you're not orange. Lupine and Oni, you do need all 3 of these remaining questions in order to escape. And Oni as well, down to your last life, so a little bit of pressure on you here. Question number 8, worth another 5 points. Take a look at this. In the Shakespeare play, who kills Macbeth? Or the lead in the Scottish play, if you're superstitious. Just one answer sneaking in very late there. There was late answers there. I was worried that it was something bad was about to happen. 4 people out of 7 attempting this one. The correct answer is Macduff. Not Malcolm, not Lady Macbeth. AJ and Oni, those are both incorrect answers. Lupine finding the correct one, as did Serial Quizzer. Serial Quizzer has now escaped, but unfortunately, Oni, your lives have been exhausted. So for you, it is the end of the road, and it's lights out. Macduff, is he related to Duffy? I wouldn't know. So 3 players have escaped, Sapster, Serial Quizzer and Procyon. AJ is now 1 away. Either of the next 2 will see you good to escaping, AJ. Hodders and Lupine, you need both of them in order to escape. 2 questions to go. Good luck. Take a look at question number 9. What is the name of the comedian who interviews celebrities in the Leicester Square Theatre podcast? Lupine's in. Anyone else? No, just Lupine attempting this question, which means I'm pretty sure there were 2 people. AJ, that message has come in just out of time, I'm afraid. It's wrong anyway, but it's out of time. Let's take a look. The correct answer was Richard Herring, not James Acosta. Bad luck, Lupine. That is the wrong answer. And with that, Lupine, it is now impossible for you to escape. And likewise, Hodders, because you didn't answer. Oh, what's happening? Can anyone see? Yeah, we can see you, Procyon. I figured maybe you had a blip or something, a temporary outage. Yes, Richard Herring was the answer. So unfortunately, Lupine and Hodders, for you two, it is the end of the road. And it's lights out. Yes, we see that, Procyon. I'm going to say, yep, in chat, and say it on voice as well. So, we're down to just 4 with 1 question to go. AJ, you've got to get this one right in order to escape. Other 3, you are also live and in play. Good luck, is all I can say. 58 is that target. AJ's the only one behind it, but can outstrip it if he gets this one right. Good luck. Here's question 10. The island nation of Sao Tome and Principe is located in which ocean? Sao Tome? Need an answer, AJ, if you want to try and escape. He's having a go. Everybody else is sitting this one out, going to preserve those points for maximum lives later on. Correct answer is the Atlantic Ocean. Well done, AJ. You have managed to escape with that answer. Very well played. So there's no one to eliminate here, and all 4 of you have escaped. So after that round, what started out at 37 went down to 21, I think, and has now been reduced to just 4 players going into the final round. For every life you've got left, we'll give you an extra 2 points. Let's go to the final. Round 3 is Survive. In this round, the game flips over on its head. Those points you've been accumulating are now going to count down. To start the clock on everybody else, you need to answer the question correctly. The first player to answer correctly will start the countdown clock, so to speak, and the points will start draining away from you in this first question, the first 3 questions at a rate of 1 point per second and a half, up to a maximum of 10. If nobody submits a correct answer to start the clock, then you will all lose the base 10 points. Your lives are no longer lives, they are now what we call refires, which means if you submit an answer and it's incorrect, then you can try to resubmit it again, though for every answer you submit thereafter, you will lose one of those refires, and it does mean when you run out of refires, only your first answer will be accepted. You're not eliminated if you run out of refires, but it does mean only your first answer is accepted, so use them wisely, because they could make all the difference. If your points hit 0 at any point, you are eliminated from the game. It's very straightforward. So, as ever, keep your eyes on the chat. The first player to answer correctly will start the clocks on everybody else. The only way to stop your clock is to answer the question correctly. So if someone has answered and your clock starts, get your answer in as quick as possible, because the longer it takes you, the more points you're going to lose. Good luck. Round 3 is Survive. Procyon has advantage with 79, quite a hefty advantage, but this round can turn around really, really fast if you get a question wrong. And then very tight between the other 3, 66 for AJ, 65 for Serial Quizzer, 64 for Samster. The very best of luck to all 4 of you. Here comes question number 1. Along with Donald and Trump, what other word appeared in Donald Trump's personal Twitter handle? AJ has started the clock. Procyon's in, Sam's is in. Serial Quiz, your clock's counting down. You've got to find that correct answer to stop the clock. If you don't know, you might as well have a punt. You don't lose a refight. There's the correct answer. Stopping the clock, the answer was real. This is another question we had to update because it said appears until this morning when it was changed to appeared for reasons. Everyone finding the correct answer there. Very well played. Let's light you back up. Advantage still with Procyon, only losing a single point there, down now to 78. AJ now into second with 66, or still in second I should say with 66. Samster in third with 63. Serial Quiz has got 57. Things on buzzers, here's question number 2. Along with oxygen and nitrogen, what is the only other element that ends in the suffix gen? AJ has started the clock. Anyone else going to answer? I'm still getting chat up. Did my internet die? Does no one know that? No, people can work it out. Furious, you can work it out. It's hydrogen. Wow. Yes, I'm getting the messages now. Hydrogen. Thank you. Okay, so Procyon, all the whispers that you send are come up in the bot console. So that message that you've just typed there, it was received out of time. I'm getting logs here. Procyon said test, but the message was received out of time. Yeah. Caught you on the chase now to include it. Yeah, we're getting it, Procyon. We're getting it. Hydrogen was the answer, and in a reversal of fortune, Procyon is still in the lead, but the lead has been greatly diminished, down to 68. AJ still in second with 66. Samson still in third with 53. Serial Quizzer still in fourth with 47, but a bit of difference in the scores. Let's reset the podiums. No, let's Google that. Let's light you back up. It says 1 point per second. It's not. That's a bug that I still haven't fixed. It's still a maximum of 10, 1 point per second and a half. But this is the last time where it is that. Fingers on buzzers, everybody. Here comes question number 3. Who played James Bond in the film Moonraker? Samson started the clock. AJ's got the wrong answer in, but you can refire, AJ. There's a correct answer. Serial Quiz has got the right answer in. Waiting on Procyon. And that is time. Roger Moore was the answer. 3 players getting that. Procyon not getting the answer in time. Still not coming up in the log, so I don't know if Procyon's maybe having some internet issues here, which is a shame for them. But it does bode well for AJ, who has now taken the lead with 62. Samson starting the clock there on 53 as in third. Procyon is still in second with 58 for now. Serial Quizzer on 42. And Twitch has been flagged for several questions. Is bailing this one. Okay, that's a shame. That's a real pain. And Discord does Discord stuff and internet stuff. Say it's what all one can do when we're all reliant on our own internet connections. But hey ho, let's reset. Let's light you back up. So now the drain rate is increasing to 1 point per second, up to a maximum of 15 points if you fail to find the correct answer. So, good luck. Take a look at this. Professor Pat Pending, the Anthill Mob, and the Red Max were all competitors in which competition? Samster started the clock. It's now 1 point a second. AJ has stopped the clock. And that is time. It was the Wacky Races. So, with AJ taking a little bit more time to find that answer, his lead has slipped to 55. Samster just encroaching on him in second with 53. Serial Quizzer getting into dangerous territory on 27, can only survive 2 more questions, and I think Procyon may have bowed out with grace from the game due to internet malfunction. Currently still in third on 43. Let's light you back up. So AJ still got 2 refires. We've got 2 more questions where the rate is 1 point a second, up to a maximum of 15. Fingers on buzzers. Here is question number 5. What is the name of Hilary Mantle's 2009 Booker Prize-winning novel? Samster is in and wrong. Clock has not yet started. Samster has now found the correct answer. Serial Quizzer has found the correct answer. AJ has found the correct answer. Wolf Hall was the correct answer. Not bringing up the bodies, which was Samster's first guess. Cost him a refire, but he still started the clock and doesn't lose any point. Now going into the lead with 53. AJ now in second with 50. Procyon is still alive with 28. Serial Quizzer still alive with 24, but has got all 3 refires. Let's light you back up. Last point, where the drain rate is 1 point a second. After this, it will increase to 1 point every 3/4 of a second, and those points really do start to tick down very, very quickly. Good luck. Here's question number 6. Hobart is the capital of which Australian state? Serial Quizzer has started the clock. Samster's in and wrong. AJ's in and wrong. Samster's used a refire and is wrong again. AJ has found the right answer and stopped his clock. Whew. This is really hotting up. It's back and forth. Answers that came in there, we had Adelaide from Samster, Gold Coast from AJ, Queensland from Samster. The correct answer was Tasmania. Oh, this has come up recently, has it, Ash? Nice. Welcome, mate. Good evening. Nice to have you here. So, with Serial Quizzer starting the clock, he is now just clawing back some of those points. Advantage is still with Samster, but the gap has dropped somewhat. Samster now on 38, AJ on 37, both of whom only have 1 refire. Serial Quizzer still with all 3. Procyon, Avatar is still here, so maybe with us in spirit, if nothing else. Let's light you back up. So the drain rate is now 1 point per 0.75 seconds, up to a maximum of 20. So Procyon, you are in that dangerous territory. If you get another wrong answer, then you will be eliminated from the game. Tread carefully though, because Samster, AJ, you've only got 1 refire, which means after that only your first answer will be accepted. Good luck. Here's question number 7. Which 20th century British Prime Minister is commonly believed to have invented soft serve ice cream? Samster started the clock. Serial Quizzer and AJ have found the correct answers. And it looks like the last of Procyon's points have just drained away. That considerable start advantage, not enough to overcome the internet issues. It was, of course, Margaret Thatcher. Very well played if you got that. Unfortunately, Procyon, we are now losing you for real. It is the end of the road, and it's lights out. 3 questions to go, 2 at the current drain rate and then an infinite drain rate. 2 of these players have won before, 1 of them has not. I don't believe AJ has won, but Samster and Serial Quizzer both have. AJ and Samster both only have 1 refire. Serial Quizzer has got all 3, so remember, Serial Quizzer, if you're wrong you can refire and try again. Serial Quizzer, depending on whether or not the which order the script executes in, you may, if you get this one completely wrong, be eliminated. You may survive with 1 point. We will find out. The drain rate is 0.75, a point per 0.75 seconds. Here is question number 8. What is the English translation of the French word vendredi? Sam's started the clock. AJ is in. Serial Quizzer has stopped the clock. All correct. And this is coming up. I've only just realised this is here now. The answer's Friday. This may or may not be coming up in a later game, which I hadn't clocked. But there we go. There's only so many facts, right? And Sam's given us more information about what may or may not be coming up in a later game. Oh, lovely French going on there. Yes, it is French as vendredi. It means Friday or Friday, if AJ is to be believed. But got past the computer. Let's light you back up. So advantage with Samson now on 38. AJ's on 30, Serial Quizzer on 12. This is the last point where the drain rate is 20. So Samster and AJ, if you get this one wrong, you will still survive. Serial Quizzer, if you get this one wrong, you will not survive. Good luck. Here is question number 9. In Greek mythology, who is the goddess of springtime? Serial Quizzer has started the clock. Samster is in and wrong, AJ is in and right. Samster, you've got one refire left if you want to use it. Samster's now lost his advantage. I think Samster may be inclined to let those points slip away and save that refire for later on. It's Persephone of the chair. I think the goddess probably came first. Yes, not Aphrodite, it was Persephone. So, with Serial Quizzer starting the clock there, we get a very interesting position going into this final question. AJ has now got advantage, I think possibly for the first time since about question 2 or 3. He has got one refire. Samster is in second with 19. He has got one refire. Serial Quizzer is in third on 12. He has got 3 refires. This question, however, the drain rate is 1 point for every half a second, so they go down mighty bloody fast. And the only way to stop the clock is to find the right answer. If nobody answers the question, when the 15 seconds run out, all of your clocks will start. They will not stop until you either run out of points or give me a correct answer. There is no lower cutoff here. The points will count down to 0 until you give me the correct answer. First player to find the right answer starts the clock. If no one does after 15 seconds, they will start automatically at that rate of 1 point per half a second. The very best of luck, 2 or 3 of you. Worth noting here, if AJ is the player to start the clock here, then he will win by default because he will have the highest score. If anyone else starts the clock, AJ will have a few seconds to think about and get the correct answer in. All eyes on you 3. Very best of luck. Here is question number 10. What single word links the flag of the Maldives, the president of South Korea, and a dozen Americans? And you have got refires. Clocks are on. Sam's in and wrong, you've got a refire. Serial Quiz, you're out of points. Samster's out of points. AJ? AJ is out of points. Well, we haven't seen this for a little while. Not everybody using up all their refires there. Maybe they couldn't think of any more, but unfortunately, none of you has found the right answer, which was moon. There's a moon on the flag of the Maldives. The president of South Korea, presumably their name is Moon, and dozen Americans walked on the moon. Which means, Serial Quizzer, AJ, and Samster, you're all out of points. I'm afraid it's the end of the road, and it's lights out. And so we get the fabled, doesn't happen very often, bad ending, where unfortunately you're all going to be locked in for all time because of this week, no one escapes. And you're stuck here forever. Nobody escapes. Bad luck to you all. No winners this time on Takeshi's Castle. Valiant effort to all of you, but we've had a complete wipeout. And you've all gone. You're all stuck here forever. I'm so sorry. Well, that was all very entertaining. Thank you very, very much to Itzotli for proofing that question, for writing that question pack. Thank you to Panda for proofing the question pack. I would say, a very valiant first question pack. A very, very good pack. And Well, now we're from General Lee. I mean, Ben. A very nice pack for Sotley's first one here. And no one escapes, but I think they were all very fair questions, very well thought out. And it's just the way this game goes, unfortunately. So, thank you to Sotley for that pack. Thank you to Panda for proofing it. Thank you all for playing and for watching at home. I'm going to roll the credits and then we are going to play Risky Business with a question pack from me, which has been proofed by 8Minky. So 8Minky won't be taking part in the next one. But we'll be around if you want to chat with him, and he'll be here to back up any points that I make in this question pack coming up. How late was I? I didn't get any message on the console that you submitted anything there, Serial Quiz, unfortunately. So maybe it stops. I think in round 3 it doesn't track it after the timer stops. So yeah. Now, if you would like to write questions for this or any of the games that we play here, or certainly a lot of them, you can go and join the Discord, which is right there. Do pop yourselves in and head over to the apps section. You can download one of the apps, the companion apps for the games, which will allow you to write questions in the format designed for this game. We're going to be playing 2 more games this evening. First up is Risky Business with questions written by me. It's going to be a brand new thing, which I'm going to say a little bit more about after the next game. But first of all, let's roll the credits and go into something a bit lighter after all the darkness, because for tonight, I'm afraid, nobody escapes.
What she want? 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 Shoobity wop me, oobity wop me, oop-a-doo down.
Welcome back, and welcome to Risky Business. Yes, it's it was the latest up until, like, well, it's currently the latest because we haven't seen the newest one yet, so we were going to be seeing in a little while. It's a lot more chill. The Escape Artist is quite intense. This one is much more relaxed, and everyone who joins can play right up to the end. There's no eliminations in this game, so do come and make your way into the lobby. Once I punch the code up, which I will do once I have brought up the right profile. There we go. So if you want to play Risky Business, it's nice and fun. Again, you need to whisper to the bot and keep your eyes on the chat and all the rest of it. Yeah, type in the code. BADR. B-A-D-R. You'll see your name appear on the screen. And yeah, Risky Business. There's still a little bit of risk involved in this game, but it's really light and fluffy. I think you'll all like it. So we played this a couple of times. It's had one more rule change since the last time we played. We played it on the Christmas special on Boxing Day, and it needed some tweaking, which it received, and we did a test pack of that on Tuesday. I was going to do 2 tonight, but then I wrote a pack and used it on Tuesday as a test run. The feedback is that the game rules are much better than they were at the Christmas special. I've made one further change to it, and that one further change is that in round 2, your points are now banked after every board. If you don't know what that means because you haven't played before, don't worry about it. But for those of you who have, we're hoping it's going to make the balance of points a little bit fairer, a little bit better. And there's still an element of risk to it as well, which if you haven't played, you'll find out all about in just a minute. So pop in the lobby code if you want to come and play. You'll see your name appear on the screen. Be lovely to get a few people in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow. 35 in so far. Do come and join. It's all fun. It's very chill and fun and relaxed. If you're feeling a bit shy, or maybe you're on a mobile device, this is a game. It's sort of, you need to whisper to have the bot ready because you've really got to be quick on the money because you've got to watch the chat, particularly in round 3. But do come and make your way in if you'd like to have a game. We'll listen to the banjolele. Mix up some pancake batter. It's good to hear, Matt. You can go and join the Discord and the general voice chat in the Discord. Everyone seems to be having a nice time in there. So it's being reported. I need the bathroom. All being very nice in there. Let's go and have a peep. How many of you are in there? Let's have a look. Oh, it's quite busy. Yeah, there's 7 or 8 of you in there. Lovely. So do go pop in. Yeah, come join the Discord generally if you want to come hang out with us. I'm going to wait until the end of this loop and then we're going to lock the lobby up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're at 35 players, which is a good number. Last time we played, I think Lewis T won this. I'm not sure if Lewis T is still here. He's certainly here for gold, silver, bronze. Who else has joined us since the start of the stream that I haven't said hello to? How rude of me. Elias the Panda, No Chibatu, Silent Marine, Ass Backwards, Ash, Cola Cola, Ben's J. Hello to you all. And everyone else who is still here. And anyone who's watching who hasn't spoken in the chat yet, you're all very welcome. Right, the riff is coming to an end, so we're going to lock it up and we're going to populate the lobby properly. Boo-doo-doo. Here we go. Let's lock it up. Ah, yes. If you weren't here on Tuesday, I've edited this so that it now accommodates everybody without me having to scroll rect all the time, which hopefully adds to some of the tension. So, it's risky business. To play this game, you literally need the letters A through to I, and possibly an R. That's all you need for the entire game, but it's all whispered to Persephone's Twitch bot, so make sure you've got her up and ready so that you can whisper to her. Let's go to round number 1. Round 1 is favourable odds. Favourable odds. You will be presented with a question and 5 options. More than one of the options may be a correct answer. You need only submit 1 letter for each question within 15 seconds. Don't give me all the correct answers, it's just a waste of time. They won't be processed after the first one. So only the first answer is accepted, worth saying that as well. The number of correct answers reduces with each question, whilst the amount of points you score increases. So for the first question, there's 4 correct answers out of 5, you get 2 points. The next one, there's 3 out of 5, you get 3 points. The next one, there's only 2 correct answers, and you get 5 points. So fewer answers available, more points that you get. Here's the catch. Answering a question incorrectly at any time will reduce your score to 0. So if you get the first 2 right and then get the third one wrong, you're back to 0. Bad luck. For the first 3 questions, abstaining will not affect your score. So if you've accumulated a bit of a bank and you don't want to risk it, you don't have to. Abstaining for the first 3 doesn't affect your score. However, for question 4, you must choose to risk your points when prompted. You'll be shown the options for question 4, but not the question. Based on the options, you need to decide whether you want to risk. If you don't want to play, do nothing and your score will be banked. Question 4 has 5 options and only 1 correct answer. If you pick the right one, your score is doubled. Otherwise, you lose everything. And worth noting that you cannot abstain from question 4. If you choose to risk on question 4, then you you'll lose your points. It's treated as wrong. So abstaining is the same as getting it wrong on question 4. There are 3 sets of 4 questions for a total of 12 in round 1. So if you're all ready, you'll need A through E. Good luck, have fun. Here is question number 1. Options are thongs, high tops, Crocs, Vans, pillbox. Name a word associated with footwear. There are 4 correct answers here. You get 2 points if you find it. You may as well have a go at this one because you're already on 0. If you find the wrong answer, you're just going to go back to 0, which you're already on. Hello Z, Kegler Coach, want to give it a go? Hello Z? Hello Z, not getting an answer and falling all the way to the bottom of the chart there. Pillbox was the incorrect answer there. Pillbox is a hat. The other ones are all Footwear, so Crocs, which are a sort of shoe. Vans are they're sort of like trainery things. High tops are like Converse trainers. Thongs are what the Australians call flip flops. So it's also a particular variety of underwear in the UK, but also a footwear. So well done if you've got that. 2 points for most of you. Remember, those points are at risk. If you get a question wrong, you will go back to 0. But for now, have a look at the options for question number 2. Wayne Brady, Joe Pasquale, Michael Barrymore, Bob Barker, Leslie Crowther. Name somebody who has hosted any version of The Price is Right. There are 3 correct answers up there and 3 points if you can find one of them. You can abstain, you don't have to play. If you want to preserve the 2 points that you got from the first round, Serial Quiz is going to take a punt, and again, everyone has avoided the wrong answers there. Wayne Brady and Michael Barrymore have never hosted The Price is Right. Joe Pasquale has. Bob Barker is obviously the big one in the States, and Leslie Crowther, I think, was the original UK host. So, well done there. Most everyone up to 5 points, apart from Alu Z, who I'm worried may not be able to access the bot. Barney's dad, yeah, quite right, AJ. Let's reset you. So everyone's on 5 so far, so it's going to start getting interesting in a minute. Is everyone going to get the next question? It's worth 5 points, but there are only 2 correct answers here. Take a look at the options. Remember, you don't have to play. Egregious, Hollis Bolus, Tatau, or Tatu, recalcitrant, Viduity. Name an adjective. Remember, you don't have to play. Oh, AJ and Natta, wrong answers. You're back to 0. Connor, that's back to 0 as well. Only a few people abstaining there. Aluzi has made it. Well done, Aluzi. You've got 5 points along with Kegler Coach, Cyclespace, Oni and Ben Shea, who all abstained from that one. Bad luck, Natta, Connor and AJ all taking a risk and going wrong. Hollis Bolus is a noun, I think. I looked these up earlier. Viduity is a noun. That's to do with widowhood. Tattoo, I can't even remember what that is. Egregious is obviously an adjective, as is recalcitrant. I'm not quite sure on the pronunciations of those. Hollis Bolus was the adverb. Thank you, 8 Minky. That was it. Hollis Bolus was an adverb. So there's lots and lots of players on 10. So going into question 4, you have to choose in advance if you're going to play it or not. You only get to see the options. You don't get to see the question. So based on the options, if you want to bank your points, leave it blank. If you want to risk it, you have to type R or risk to the bot when the bot asks you. You only get to see the answers, and remember, if you choose to risk, you can't abstain. But if you choose to bank, you can't answer. So let's go there now. Take a look at the options and make a decision. Options are Iron Maiden, Led Zeppelin, Guns N' Roses, Pink Floyd, Black Sabbath. Bank or risk? R if you want to risk. If you want to bank, leave it blank. Remember, you won't be able to play, but your points that you've acquired so far will be safe. If you risk, you've got to attempt it. Quite a lot of risk happening here. Not quite as many as there are banking. There are 13 players risking on this question. A lot of people with 10 points, Oni and Kegler on 5, risking their 5 there. But everyone else, your points have gone into the bank and they are safe. But you can't answer this question. For the 13 who are risking this question, if you get it right, you double your points. If you get it wrong or you abstain, you're back to 0. Here is the question. Name a band that was formed in the 1970s. There's only one correct answer up here. Mogger's found it. Remember, you've got to give it a go. If you abstain, you'll go back. Grafalo, you're out of time, so I'm afraid you are going to lose your 10 points risk, along with Kegler, Itzotli, Necker, Grandma, Lupine, and Holger, who gave me a wrong answer. Well done to everyone else for thinking the right answer, which was Iron Maiden. Led Zeppelin were formed in the 60s, Guns N' Roses in the 80s, Pink Floyd in the 60s, and Black Sabbath in the 60s. Iron Maiden were formed in 1975, I think. First album was about 1979. So, well done. Let's put those points into the bank. And we've got a lot of players on 20 at the start here. Panda, We Like Shapes, Pum and Ben, Serial Quizzer, Mogra and Samster all on 20 points off to a maximum start. GNR being in was good to cover both sides. Oh, yes. That was a last-minute thought. I was surprised myself, actually, by how many were actually formed in the 60s. That really caught me off guard. But originally, I was going to have two bands with two words in them and just put the first word there. But I thought, no, let's not do that. So we're back to square one. Those are the scores, if you like. That's the number that you're on, if you can see that in the teeny-weeny font that's there. Those are the scores that you're on. They're all in the bank, and we're back to where we were at the beginning. 4 correct answers out of 5 available here, and it's worth 2 points if you can find one of them. Here are the options. Jetsam, Lucifer, Ed, Bartok, Sir Hiss. Name a secondary Disney villain. 4 of these answers are right, 1 of them is wrong, and a couple of people have managed to find the one. But don't worry, no points lost at this point because you're already on 0. Might as well have a go at this one. Not much point in abstaining when you're on 0, but a few people sitting this one out. Everyone else going for, well, most people going for one of the correct answers. So Jetsam is from The Little Mermaid, one of the eels. Lucifer from Cinderella. Ed, I'm surprised more people didn't get this, but Ed is the hyena or one of the hyenas from The Lion King. Sir Hiss, obviously from Robin Hood. Bartok is a secondary villain, but is in Anastasia, which is not a Disney film. It's a DreamWorks one. So those are the answers there. Got some risk on the board for most people. Take a look at question number 2. Options are: Bartok is Tarzan's stepfather. Really? I've never seen Tarzan. I did not know that. Here is question number 2. Options are: Isaac, Freddie, DJ, Taylor, Zach. Name a member of the band Hanson. 3 points if you can find one of the 3 correct answers here. You get it wrong and you plummet back to 0. Panda knows all 3. Maybe you don't have to play, you can abstain and keep those points safe. What are most of us finding a correct answer there? 20% going for Isaac, 20% going for Taylor, 31% going for Zach. Freddie and DJ were both incorrect answers there. If you gave me one of those, I'm afraid you've gone back to 0. Oh, a great big noise. Thank you for the follow, Comedy Fish. Welcome to the stream. Lovely to have you here. Let's go on to the next question. So there are 2 correct answers here, 2 correct answers, and if you can find one of them, it's worth 5 points. Take a look at the options. Venus Williams, Robin Soderling, Andy Murray, Andre Agassi, Maria Sharapova. Name somebody who has won the French Open singles. AJ has wiped himself out. Matt has wiped himself. Oh, lots of wipeouts happening here. Lots of. Remember, you don't have to play. You don't have to play. You can abstain and preserve your score for the time being. But we're getting a lot of people sending themselves back to 0 here. And a few abstentions in the middle. Yes, Andy Murray has never won the French Open. The most wrong answers that went for was that one. Robin Soderling has got to the final. Venus Williams has got to the final. I think Andy Murray might have got to the final, but he's never won it. Andre Agassi won it way back when, and Maria Sharapova has won it twice, I believe. Venus Williams has won it as doubles. Ain't Minky pointing this out to me when he proofed this pack, that she has actually won doubles. So I added the word singles into it rather hastily just before the stream began. So if you've been sent back to 0, unfortunately you can't gamble, because if you've got no points, there is nothing to gamble on question 4, so you have to sit tight for a few minutes. For everybody else, you'll get the options, and then you need to make a decision. Do you risk the question, or do you bank your points? If you want to bank, leave it blank. If you want to risk, type R or risk to the bot when prompted, and your points, if you bank, your points will be safe, but you can't answer the question. If you bank, you must answer. Abstaining will be treated as wrong. Here are the options. Vendredi, Jeovedi, Juves, Donnerstag, Fimtutag. Bank or risk? R if you want to risk. If you want to bank, leave it blank. There's a lot of risk happening here. Going to reload my pipe. Ding. So, we've got quite a lot of people risking on this question here, more than last time, 19 in fact to be exact. Remember, if you're risking, you can't abstain. Abstention is treated as wrong. If you're banking, you can't answer, but your points are safe and have been put into the bank. Good luck. A lot of people here, in fact 4 people, looking like they could be set to be getting a theoretical maximum of 40 at the end of the second set in round 1. Take a look at the question. Name a word that is a different day from the others. Maybe if you're risking, you've got to get an answer in. Serial Quizzer and Innis, you're out of time, so you're going to lose your points, I'm afraid. Holgamate, Lupine, Clive, DC Simmons, Artifacts, and Natter all going for a wrong answer. And Alu Z, sorry, you didn't get an answer in either, so you're going to lose your 2. And Natter all given a wrong answer, and therefore losing their risk. The answer was vendredi. It's the one that came up earlier on. Yeah, vendredi means Friday. The other 4 all mean Thursday. Vendredi is the French for Friday. Giovedì is the Italian, I think. Juves is the Spanish, I want to say. Donnerstag is the German, and Fymtudag, I don't know if you knew this, is the Icelandic for Thursday. So they all mean Thursday, apart from vendredi, which means Friday. See, that's more like jueves in which language? Which language are you on now? Bother indeed, DC Sims. Unfortunately, no points going into your bank, but you've got 10 there already. Let's add those points to the bank. And we have indeed got 4 players with the theoretical maximum bank of 40. Prug's there with 30. Coda's got 24. Anisep has got 20. As has Dogfish, Hodders, Serial Quizzer, Itzotli, and Mogra. So it's all very tight at the moment. Lots of multiples of 5 going on as well, which is nice to see. We've got one more set of 4 questions. We're back to the start. 4 correct answers here. First one's worth 2 points. Might as well have a go. Take a look at the options. Fruit. Word. Computer. Caesar. Waldorf. Name a word that can be followed with salad to make a common expression. Anisep going for a wrong answer there. Necogramma and Grafalo not getting an answer. And yeah, computer. There's no such thing as a computer salad, but you do get a fruit salad, a Caesar salad, a Waldorf or a Waldorf, and a word salad. Yeah, I don't know what salad is either, AJ. I'm not a big fan of salad. I will eat most fruit and veg unless they appear in a salad. It's a weird thing. Most people going for either Caesar or Waldorf there and getting themselves 2 points. Very nice. On we go. 3 options, or 3 correct answers here out of 5. 3 points if you can find one. Losing 2 if you've got 2, if you get it wrong. But if you've got none, you might as well have a go. Here are your options. Toni Collette. Sophia Loren. Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Frank Oz. Sandra Bullock. Name an actor or actress who appeared in the 2019 film Knives Out. Remember, you do not have to play. You can abstain and keep those points safe if you like. A few more abstentions here. Quite a few wrong answers coming in as well. Sophia Loren and Sandra Bullock were both incorrect. Neither of those appeared in that film. Joseph Gordon-Levitt had a cameo in that film. I think he was a police officer. Frank Oz had a sort of pseudo-cameo who was a lawyer, and Toni Collette was actually one of the leads in that film. It's a very good film. If you haven't seen it, I'd recommend it. It's very, very funny. Really, really good film. So a few people wiping their scores out, sending them back to 0. A few people abstaining, sticking with 2. Anisep getting 1 right and going up to 3. Lots of people on 5. Let's go on to the next question. Only 2 correct answers here. 5 points if you can find one of them, but a lot at stake for some of you. Take a look at the options. Theresa May. Priti Patel. Alistair Darling. Alan Johnson. John Major. Name a former Chancellor of the Exchequer. Remember, you don't have to play. Playing and getting it wrong will wipe you out. And of course, getting wiped out at this point, not good just before the risk question. 3 players, Clive, Kira and Shadamain, going for incorrect answers there. Theresa May, Alan Johnson, Priti Patel, all incorrect. They were all, or are all, current Home Secretaries. Priti Patel, the current Home Secretary. Alan Johnson was Home Secretary under Brown, I want to say. Theresa May, Home Secretary under David Cameron. Alistair Darling was Home Secretary, was Chancellor of the Exchequer under Blair, I think. No, that was Brown. Must have been under someone else. Must have been under Brown, presumably. And John Major was Chancellor of the Exchequer before he became Prime Minister. Thank you very much for the 100 bits, Matt. Very kind of you. So well done if you gave me a correct answer again. A lot of people on that maximum of 10, but they are not banked yet. You need to make a decision based on the options here, whether you're going to risk or bank. You see the options, but not the question. One of these is right, 4 of them are wrong. If you risk, you must answer it. Abstaining is treated as wrong. And if you get it right after you've risked, you double your points. If you want to bank them, you can't answer the question, but your points are safe. Leave it blank if you want to bank, or R, or risk to risk the points. Options are Major, Brigadier, Lieutenant, Commander, Commodore. Bank or risk? R if you want to risk it. Leave it blank if you want to bank. There's the ticks. Someone getting a risk in at the very last second there. Quite a number of you risking on this. 16 risking on this question. So remember, you've got to attempt an answer. If you abstain and you're risking, it's treated as wrong and you lose your risk. There are 2 people, it's Sotley and Mogra, who are potentially going to go... no, tell a lie, because there's no one who's going to finish on the maximum. People who could have done, who were on 40 in the bank, have banked. We Like Shapes and Pum and Ben have banked. If they had risked, they could have been on for a maximum of 60. No one is, but that's fine. Good luck. Here is the question. Name a rank that features in both the British Army and the British Royal Navy. Lot of points getting lost there. Lot of points getting lost, and AJ not getting an answer in, which means he's going to lose his 5. It was a lot of bwongs indeed. So Major is unique to the Army. Brigadier, I think, is unique to the Army. Commander and Commodore are unique to the Navy. Lieutenant features in both. Some of them do appear in the Royal Marines and the Army, and some of them appear in the Royal Marines and the Royal Navy, but the Army and the Navy, the only one of those that appears in both is a lieutenant. So that's the end of the question, and that is the end of round 1. So We Like Shapes and Pum and Ben are leading the pack with 50 at the moment. Let me put the number up a minute. Panda's got 47, Samson's got 45, Sotley's got 40. Those are your top 5. Down at the bottom, a few players yet to score, yet to put any points into the bank, but there are still plenty of points to be won as we go on to round number 2. Round 2 is the board game. You will be presented with a question and 9 options. Options will come up first again. Anything from 4 to 7 of the options may be a correct answer. And in this round, you are submitting as many options as you like within 60 seconds. Syntax is unimportant. You may choose... Oh, some more bits. Thank you for another 90 bits, Matt. That's very kind of you. Syntax is unimportant, so you may choose to separate your answers with commas or spaces or full stops, or not at all if you prefer. You may submit your answers either as a single message of several letters or individual letters one at a time. It won't count them more than once if you've already submitted a letter. For each correct answer submitted, you will receive 5 points, but submitting any incorrect answers will reduce your score to 0. So you can find all the correct answers, but if you put one wrong one in there, it all goes back to 0. Thank you very much for the follow there, Oni91. The one change in this round from last time is that rather than the risk persisting through the 3 boards, your points will be banked after every board. So for the players who are at the top, this who got the most points last time, it won't make any difference to you. But for the players who finished with 0 last time we played, you've got more of a chance to get more points. So this is what I mean. It doesn't give you more advantage at the top, but it gives more players a chance to put points into the bank. 14-second delay. My advice only then is keep your eye on the chat, because the chat is generally live. And when the question's in the chat, the game is live. So do keep your eye on that. So you'll get 9 options. Wispier letters, with letters only, not full answers, to the bot. You'll go blue once a valid submission has been made, whether it's right or wrong. Yeah, that's all there is to it. Good luck, have fun. Round 2 is the board game. Here's board number 1. Ecuador, Austria, Estonia, Paraguay, Iraq, Angola, Ethiopia, Yemen, Nepal. Identify the countries that have no coastline. And for citations, these are countries that the Wikipedia list of landlocked countries considers to be landlocked countries. So, anything from 4 to 7 of those answers are correct. I'm not going to tell you how many, but anything from 4 up to 7. So, just a couple of players yet to submit an answer. Nicogramma and Grafalo. No answers in yet. We're trying to get something in. Might as well have a go, even if it's just one. 5 points for every correct one you find, as long as you don't find any incorrect ones. Here come the ticks. And let's have a look. See what you've said. How many people are getting points on the board there? 15 are getting points in the bank there. There are only 4 answers up there, and Dogfish and Cyclespace managed to find all 4 of them. Austria, Paraguay, Ethiopia, and Nepal are all landlocked countries. Everyone else, you gave at least one wrong answer or didn't submit anything. A lot of people going for Iraq. Yes, I thought that might be the hairy one in the middle. Iraq has got a 36-mile coastline. It's very, very short. But yes, it does have a coastline, technically speaking. Lots of people going for Austria and Nepal there. Not as many people going for Paraguay or Ethiopia, the least popular of the correct answers. Let's put those points in the bank. We Like Shapes in the lead now, a clear lead with 65. Panda now moves into second with 62. And this is where we start to see a bit of difference in the scores. And banking in between every question, I think, is probably going to be a good idea, in between every board, rather. So let's take a look at the options for board number 2. Robinson, Christ's, Merton, St Hughes, Oriel, Pembroke, Peterhouse, Somerville, Balliol. Identify the colleges of the University of Oxford. Anything from 4 to 7 of these are correct. I'm not telling you how many until later on. 5 points for every correct answer you find, unless you find any wrong ones, in which case you get nothing.
I'm wearing my Cambridge t-shirt. I don't know if that's going to help anyone. My Cambridge hoodie. I don't know if that's going to help anyone.
If I was wearing my Cambridge t-shirt, then that may have been more help. Maybe. Ah, poo. Lots of poo. Poo is the word. Nata thinks he's going to be going red for this one. Well, you've got about 10 seconds to go to get some answers in. Here come the ticks. Ben's J, you going to submit something? Whoa! Despite there being so many correct answers, there are actually 6 correct answers out of 9 there. Only 10 players managed to get correct answers, and nobody finding all 6. So Robinson is unique to Cambridge. Peterhouse is unique to Cambridge. Christ's, which I'm unsurprised to see so many people went for. Christ's College is at Cambridge. There is a Christ Church and a Corpus Christi at Oxford, but not a Christ's College, Oxford. Merton, St Hughes, Oriel, Pembroke, Balliol and Somerville are all Oxford colleges. In fact, I think Pembroke is at both Oxford and Cambridge, whereas... yeah, the only one that doubles up on both of them there. So, well done. If you're going to put some points in the bank, We Like Shapes putting another 25 points into the bank. And a few others, 20s, 10s, and a couple of 5s there as well. Let's put those points in. We Like Shapes, continuing the lead and extending it somewhat as well, up to 90. It's Otley now into second with 75. Pandas in third with 72. Still time to make some points, though we've got one more board. Take a look at the options. Phosphorus, silicon, tungsten, nickel, titanium, boron, iodine, gallium, cobalt. Identify the elements that have a single letter as their chemical symbols. Can I leave you to do this while I just get another glass of wine? I'll be right back. I'll just get the whole bottle. I might as well finish the bottle at this stage, I think. There we go. That's nice. Right, into the last 15 seconds or so. Still waiting for a few more to get an answer in. We Like Shapes hasn't submitted any answers yet. Ah, there we go. Maybe We Like Shapes was going to put a long string in. Here come the ticks. Last 5 seconds. Yeah, why stop at a glass? Let's have a look. There's a lot more green there that time. Only 4 correct answers though. Phosphorus, which is P. Tungsten, which is W. Boron, which is B. Iodine, which is I. Silicon is Si. Nickel is Ni. Titanium, Ti. Gallium, Ga. And cobalt, Co. Most people putting some points on the board, and there are quite a number of people to find all 4 of the correct answers there. In fact, the least popular correct answer was actually phosphorus, and even that had more than half of you. So we'll put those points in the bank, and we'll have a look and see what that's done to the scores. Well, We Like Shapes is still in the lead with 105, but it's Sotley is in second still with 95 and closed down the gap a bit. Panda is in third with 92. So, much to play for. You might be thinking, even if you're down at the bottom with no points, you might be thinking, well, what's the point in carrying on? But you'd be wrong, because we've got the final round. Round 3 is This or That. You'll be presented with a question and 2 options. One is correct and one is incorrect. Submit A or B within 7 seconds. Answering flashbacks to Tuesday. Answer a question correctly, you'll be given increasingly more points. So the first correct answer gives you 1, the next one gives you 2, the next one gives you 3, and so on, building up as you go. Answering a question incorrectly at any time will reduce your score to 0 and reset your correct answer streak. Abstaining from a question will bank your points and reset your correct answer streak. So if you got a question and you don't know and you don't want to gamble it, you can bank the points and start your money ladder or your risk ladder from scratch. But getting one wrong will straight away send you back to 0 without banking the points. Because there are 15 questions in round 3, there's technically a maximum of 120 points available. If you can answer every single question correctly without banking at all, yes, to bank, leave it blank, as Matt is saying. If you can get every single question right without leaving any at all, you can theoretically get 120 points in your bank at this, and if no one else banks any points, you could technically still win, even if you're Grafalo or AJ. Yes, 0 points can still... that can be on 0 points and still in last round. And you can still end up winning, AJ, technically speaking. It would rely on other people not banking points. But yes, you can accumulate points. And if you don't know, if you want to bank your point, leave it blank. But also, be aware, you've got to keep your eye on the chat because it's very fast. Those 7 seconds go very, very quickly. The options come up first and then the question. If you're out of time, there's not a lot of thinking time to get your answer in. And if those 7 seconds run out, you bank by default. So be ready. It's A and B. That's all you need, Proogs. A or B all the way through this round. So, good luck. Round 3 is This or That. Here comes question number 1. Luke. Lee. What is the surname of film director Ang? Most people getting an answer in there. It was, of course, B. Lee. Ang Lee is the answer we're after there. Well done. Most of us getting a point on the board. So, first of all, it will show you who's in the lead with risk at this point. It makes relatively little difference. And then it goes to the bank leaderboard. So, We Like Shapes still in the lead with 105. On we go. Question number 2. Take a look at this. Little Women. The Secret Garden. Which book was written by Louisa May Alcott? A few people banking their 1 point, not going to take a risk. A few people getting rid of their 1 point by getting it wrong. 68% going for the correct answer, which was A Little Women, The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett, I believe. Lots of people still with a streak of 3. Let's put any points that need to go into the bank. And We Like Shapes still in the lead with 105. Not much difference being made yet, but we'll see what happens. On we go. Here comes question number 3. Brass. Copper. Which is an alloy? Okay, it did this when I was in test mode once or twice. Fortunately, I know how to fix it. I need to go to game screen, round 3, clock, animator, reset clock, I think. There we go. And then it will sort it. Sometimes the animator just sticks and it's a pipe bottom. Yeah, I've no idea why it does that. I thought it was doing it because I think it's if an answer comes in on like the same frame that it's meant to go to the animator, it doesn't set that flag, that trigger or something. But fortunately I know how to fix that, although the controller goes to a weird place because, as has been established, I'm a terrible programmer, and so it becomes a child of an object, so I then need to search for it so I can get my data up. Brass was the correct answer. Copper is an element. Brass is the alloy. Lots of people still on that accumulator of 6. A few people sending themselves back to 0. But still many points to go, many questions to go before we need to look at those scores. But let's take a look at the current bank scores. No real difference up near the top. Let's take a look. Copper alloy is an alloy that uses copper as its primary component. Indeed. So here we go. Question number, the next one, 4, I think. Here we go. Magic. Dennis. What is the name of the basketball player? Blank Rodman. It is, of course, Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman, well done if you got that. Not to be confused with Magic Johnson. A couple of people putting some points in the bank. Dogfish and DC Simmons choosing to put 6 points in the bank. Could make for a couple of changes up near the top, but still plenty of people on a 10-point streak. Let's reset. Dogfish creeping up to 4th place with that bank there, but there are 3 players ahead of him and a few behind, all on a point of 10. Don't go by Magic Rodman, but that's a story for after the watershed. Is that right, Clive? Nice. On we go then. Here is question number 5. Caterpie. Pidgey. What is the first Pokemon that Ash catches? Thought that might catch a few people out, and unsurprisingly, quite a number of abstentions here. We Like Shapes, Cola, Cyclespace, Proves, Topper One, ABME, Mogra, Kegler, and Anisep amongst the players who are putting 10 points into the bank, not risking it on that question. So, yes, Pidgey was the second one he caught. Caterpie was the first. Pikachu was obviously the first one he was given. Yes, I meant in the anime. Short questions because we've only got a little bit of time. So in the anime, because obviously the games are all different. It depends on your own experience. Your experience may differ. So let's put those points in the bank, see if that makes any difference to the scores. We Like Shapes is still at the top because he's got 115 in the bank now, having banked 10. However, It's Otley and Panda are right behind him with that streak of 15, and Pum and Ben, Samson and Innis aren't to be sneezed at either, because those points do start to get... Your thing broke. What thing broke? Oh, literally thought the question meant Ash the Bash. Oh, points in the bank. Okay. Won't accept your answers. That's very strange. Try refreshing the stream, Kira. Sometimes it does a funny thing. It might be that if something weird has happened, because I'm now thinking actually with that, what may have happened there is that when the clock stopped, there may have been some confusion somewhere, and actually there wasn't a flag on your name, Kira. So what it hasn't done, it will have flagged you as having already answered, and it wouldn't have cleared that flag, possibly. Which means after that reset, you should now be cleared, because it does everyone after the reset. So failing that, I don't know. But refresh the stream and we'll see what happens. Yeah, so lots of players still on a 15-point streak. We Like Shapes is going to have to look carefully over his shoulder because a bank could make a difference. We'll find out, Kira. I hope it fixes it for you. Let's have a look. Persephone being unnecessarily horrible to Kira. She's horrible to everyone, though, Matt, to be fair, including me on occasion. Question 6. Here are the options. Mali. Sierra Leone. In which country is Timbuktu? There you go, Kira. Answer came in that time. A few wipeouts there. A few people resetting to 0. A few more people on a 10-point streak now. 3 players putting 15 in the bank. Pum and Ben, Apodo Nuevo and Arden Fetz. That's going to help them out a little bit. Pum and Ben going up to 85 in the bank. But the 5 players above still on a streak of 21. They're going to be the ones to watch. Let's put the points in the bank. The answer was Mali, by the way. In case anyone wanted to know. Good to hear. I think you might have caused the timer to stop there, Kira. Entirely not your fault, entirely the fault of the terrible programmer. We Like Shapes is in the lead with 115, but of course now It's Otley and Panda have got enough points to supersede him. Certainly, Totley has got enough points to supersede We Like Shapes with a bank at this. In fact, actually, if they both bank on the next question, they'd be tied. So let's see what happens. Here come the options for the next one. The Likes of Us. Chess. Which musical had music by Andrew Lloyd Webber? It was The Likes of Us. Chess had music by the two guys from ABBA, Benny and Bjorn, with Tim Rice. Tim Rice did discuss it with Andrew Lloyd Webber, but he was writing Cats at the time. So yes, The Likes of Us, one of Andrew Lloyd Webber's lesser-known musicals. 4 players still with a perfect streak in this round. Panda, Samster, Innes and Hodders all on 28. Sotley is putting those 21 points into the bank and cutting his losses, which means we may have a new leader at the top of the bank. Let's take a look. Indeed, Sotley has crept a point ahead of We Like Shapes with that bank, but of course, We Like Shapes has now got 3 on the risk pile, so could overtake Sotley on the next one. But of course, looking even further back, we've got Elias on 28, who is a real and present danger unless he gets one wrong. Samster and Innes also, and possibly even Hodders at this point, starting to accumulate points very, very fast. They're going to be ones to watch because they could very quickly overtake with a bank. On we go. Here's the next question. Cerulean. Vermilion. Which is a shade of red? Everyone who attempted that giving me the correct answer of vermilion. Cerulean is a shade of blue. Clive putting 3 points in the bank. Everyone else looking like they're continuing a streak. Let's put those points in the bank for you, Clive. It's Sotley still at the bank lead, but of course, well, you know the drill at this point. Let's go on. Next question. Spirits. Ghosts. Which is a Call of Duty game. Yeah, public chat won't work, AJ Knocker. It's programmed not to accept in public chat, but yeah, it may have been a false reset. It may have been you're out of time. 7 seconds, they really, really go quickly. And if there's a little bit of delay, obviously, through the internet, it's possible there. Yes, there is one called Spirit War, I think, Call of Duty Spirit War, Spiritual Warfare or something like that, but the actual title, Call of Duty or Call of Duty R, or Call of Duty, all rights reserved, Ghosts. Ghosts. Hodders cutting his losses at this point, putting 36 points into the bank. That is going to really help with the score, put him up to 90. Let's put the points in the bank. Okay, no worries, AJ. Happens to us all. So, it's Sotley still in the lead. We Like Shapes is accumulating a nice amount of points here, but Panda is still going to have eyes on him, and even Samster at this point with that streak of 45, still 3 players within us as well with a streak of 45 points. They're going to be getting major, major points. Let's go on. Here's the next question. It's question 10. Henry IV. Henry VI. Which Shakespeare play has 3 parts? This is a cruel question. And not everybody has answered it. Samster is going to put those 45 points in the bank. It's cruel because one of them's got 2 parts and one of them's got 3. And it's cruel because the IV and the VI look very, very similar. In fact, splitting the pack 50-50, 31.4% on each of those who played. It's half of them getting it right, half of them getting it wrong. But Samster is going to be a one to watch here. What's going to happen with his bank as he puts 45 points into them. Innes and Panda still continuing with the perfect run in round 3. The answer was Henry VI, for what it's worth. And with that, Samster has managed to get up to 3rd place with 115 in the bank. We Like Shapes rebanking there, going up to 125 with no streak now. So all eyes are going to be a little bit further down the pack. Although Innes is currently only in 11th and Panda in 5th. That run that they've got going is going to be one to watch. On we go. Here's the next question. Apollo 11. Sputnik 1. Which mission happened first? It was Sputnik 1 by quite a long way. Apollo 11, the first manned mission, first manned craft to land on the moon, was 1969. Sputnik 1 was a satellite from the Russians in 1957. Panda finally banking the points there, putting 55 into his bank. Oh, that was an oopsie though. Went for the wrong window. Panda banking his points. So could that have been an error with Innes on 66 worth of risk? Of course, if Innes gets a wrong answer, all that will go away. But Panda is going to put 55 into his bank. Let's take a look and see what that does to the bank leaderboard. Unsurprisingly, Panda has jumped to the top with quite a hefty lead, 147. So, Innes, that is what you're going to be chasing. A bank at this point would take you up to 131, I think, if my maths is any good. Not enough to catch Panda. There are still a few other scores dotted around. There's a 15 from Pum and Ben, who's on 85. That could still be dangerous with 4 questions to go. And a few 10s dotted here and there as well. Not least of all from It's Otley, currently in 3rd. On we go. Here's the next question. Stephen Fry. Hugh Laurie. Who played Bertie Wooster? Ooh, Panda and Shapes. Both giving the correct answer. Dropping back down they go. Innes, however, giving the right answer of 78. Top of 1, putting 10 points in the bank. Pum and Ben is now up to a streak of 21. And with 85 in the bank, could be a surprise outlier towards the end. We've still got 3 questions to go. Panda would have banked there anyway, so if you're on 0, you may as well give it a go. It was Hugh Laurie, Stephen Fry playing his butler, or gentleman's gentleman, Jeeves. Let's put the points in the bank. Panda still with a lead of 147. All eyes going to be on Innes, though, for that moment when, if and when Innes decides to bank. Let's go on. 3 questions left. Here's question 13. Options are William Howard Taft, Grover Cleveland, who was US President first? And Innes continues that streak, now up to 91 points. The answer was Grover Cleveland. He was president twice, with someone in between. William Howard Taft was about 40 years later. Few little points going into the bank there. I don't think it's going to make too much difference. It's Sotley, Serial Quizzer, Cola, all with a streak of 21. It's Sotley, still very curious. I can't do the maths yet. It's still too early to tell. With 2 questions to go, could make a difference if Innes trips up. If Innes doesn't trip up, it looks like Innes it's his game to lose at this point. Let's go on to the next question. Panda retaining the ceremonial lead for the time being, but with only 2 questions to go. Game of guts and gut reactions, very much so. Panda says, time to bank Innes. Not to put a jinx on it or anything. Here's the next question. Ant. Deck. Who is older? Innes taking Panda's advice and putting those points in the bank, not going near that question with a 10-foot barge pole. It's Deck by about a month and a half. There's not a lot in them at all. Ant is taller. Deck is just slightly older. They're both 45, so born in 76, I want to say. Deck in September, Ant in October, November. Innes finally banking those points, 91, almost certainly going to take the leaderboard. Serial Quizzer and Cola also banking 21 there. So I think that might be it, because lots of points getting wiped out there. People going back to 0. It's Sotley taking a hit there, had to go all the way to take the risk, and it didn't pay off. We've got one more question, though. We're just going to let Innes's points populate into the bank. There we go. 156. Ooh, so could Panda close it down? There's 3 points for Panda if he gets this one right, which would take him up to 153. So no, is the answer. But hey, all for glory at this point. Looks like it's Innes's game, but you got one more question. Here it is. Morpheus. Agent Smith. Who was Hugo Weaving? And just over half of you going for the correct answer there, which was Agent Smith. Very well done. Yes, we're talking about the Matrix here. Morpheus played by Lawrence Fishburne. So, another B. Were they all B? They weren't all B, were they? They can't have all been B. That would be unusual. Which Agent Smith was? He was all of them, Matt. He was all of them. Right, that is the end of question 15, and that is the end of the game. They weren't all, that's good. The RNG is still working. And the end of the game. So, we're going to put the points in the bank for one final time, but the winner of Risky Business this week is Innes C. With 156. Very well played there, Innes, taking the top spot. Elias the Panda getting a very valiant second, 153. We Like Shapes in third, 125. Samster in fourth, 119. It's Sotley fifth with 117. And Serial Quizzer, the last player to breach the 3 figures mark with 100. Oh, that was fun. I like the game, and I love the differentiation of the scores at the end. Very, very close game. Very well played to you all. I hope you enjoyed that, and I think round 2 with the bank there is better, and I think this is now done. So thank you to Ape for proofing that question pack for me. Thank you to everyone who's made suggestions. I've updated the names in the credits for people who've made suggestions that have made the game a better experience. I hope that you enjoyed it and you all had fun. I certainly did, writing it and hosting it. And it's 5 to 10. And now is the time for me to talk about what's going to happen next. So, 10,000, yes. If you go to the Discord and look in the announcements channel, the announcement immediately above two above the one saying stream is going live is about a little tournament of a game that is going to be running at the start of Season 3, a game called Face Off. If you want to know more about it, there's a link to the tournament information there, and there's a sign-up form as well. If you fancy doing that. What we're going to do now, it's not quite finished, but it's finished enough that it is in a presentable state to show you what to expect of this game. I have handpicked 4 friends of Persephone's Chair and the server and regular members of this community to do a pilot test run of this game so that you can see what it's all about and so that I can get a feel for if everything is working as it should. If you fancy this game, it's going to be coming in Season 3. There may be another exhibition or two before then. But we've... so obviously I need to test it ahead of time to make sure everything's working. Because there's going to be cash on the line for this tournament. So... but for now, I've got the 4 players picked out for this test run. So you can have a see. It's more of a spectator sport. But obviously there's going to be lots of people in the tournament and lots of things at stake. So... I'm going to roll the credits for this, and then I'm going to just set up with the guys because they're going to need to come into the Discord chat. I've got David in the green room already. Other guys who are in tonight, if you want to pop yourself into the green room, we've got Panda. If you can sort that, I'm deafened for now, so we won't hear you. So if you want to bring yourselves in, that'd be grand. Enjoy the credits, and then we're going to go into the pilot test run episode of Face Off. But for now, congratulations to Innes C. You're the winner of Risky Business this week, and your name will be immortalised forever when I get around to updating the leaderboard in the Discord, which you can go and join there. Stay tuned, and I'll be right back. So, we're just about to start the first game of Face Off. It's not audience participation. Think of it more like Duel. It's very fair, and it's very fast-paced for reasons that I hope will become clear in just a moment. Skip credits is off. Test mode is still on, but that doesn't really do anything at the moment, I don't think. Flag questions is on, so these questions won't be used again. I have to say at the head of this, and you'll read this in the documentation, I'm enormously grateful to David J. Bodicum, who has raided his big database of questions and given me 10,000 questions for this question pack. I am going to be adding some more of my own to make it a little bit more bespoke in due course, but it's also the reason, obviously, David isn't going to be taking part in the tournament in case people... were crying fix for whatever reason, which, of course, David would never do something like that, but he is playing tonight. He hasn't memorised all 10,000, at least I'm assuming he hasn't memorised all 10,000 questions. So, as this is a test run tonight, David is one of the players who's taken part in this. So, guys in the green room, I'm just going to bring you into the broadcast studio, assuming everything is good. I'm deafened at my end. So, they're all in here, and have a look, see what you think of Face Off. And as usual, my perfectly timed animations have not worked out perfectly timed when I actually go live. It is fairly epic music, isn't it? So, my 4 players are stood lined up and ready. I'm going to undeafen myself, and hopefully they won't all start talking at once, because I'm going to go through the procedure of introducing them in just a second. This is Face Off. There are 4 players at the start of each game, and they're all on a sort of chess clock, if you like, and they've got to answer questions. If they get it right, the chess clock moves on to the next player in the row. If they get it right, if they get it wrong, they get another question, and their clock keeps counting down. I haven't set anything up on the Stream Deck or anything yet, so I'm just clicking in the inspector, which means forgive me if it goes slightly slowly. Obviously, I need a bit of practice at doing this as well. Yeah, at the end of the round, the player who hits 0 first is eliminated from the game. Players are then reset into the next round in order of... There's a slight disadvantage going first, so when we do this in the tournament, it will make it so that everyone has an opportunity to go in all of the slots to give the balance of average fairness across the gamut of the tournament, if you like. But for round 2, whoever has the most time left goes last. That's how it's going to work out. All of this is mainly super fine ancillary details. So for now, you'll get the hang of it when we get there. Let's meet the players. We have Elliot. He's a 35-year-old data analyst from Louisville in Kentucky. We have Liam. He's Hi. Oh, I was going to introduce all and then talk to you one at a time. We have Liam. He's a 25-year-old math teacher from Doncaster in the UK. We have 8 Minky. He's a 32-year-old entertainer from Wisconsin in the USA. And finally, we have David. He's a 47-year-old game consultant from London. Good evening to all 4 of you.
Good evening.
Lovely to have you here. So, Elliot, you've been, you and David, but particularly with yourself, Elliot, we've been talking a lot about the tournament structure of this and the sort of the rules of making it fair. I know you've got a love of Grand Slam. Does this sort of get towards scratching that particular itch, do you think?
It definitely does. It's really very similar to a 4-player Grand Slam, except you only get one really good shot. Mess up once and it's done.
Absolutely, especially with only 60 seconds on the clock, so time is very much of the factor. Well, thank you for joining us for this pilot episode. And Liam, no stranger to game shows, welcome Liam from Doncaster in the UK.
Evening.
How's things? This is not your first time up against a clock like this, is it?
Not exactly, no. Yeah, the chase for those who haven't been paying attention.
Liam was recently on a successful contestant on the chase. So I've given 8 Minky and Liam the opportunity to take part. David and Panda, because they're not going to be in the tournament anyway, because they're sort of consulting with me behind the scene. Liam and 8 Minky, I think, have expressed interest in being in the tournament, but because 8 didn't get a chance to play Risky Business tonight because he proved it, and Liam didn't get a chance to play Escape Artist because he wrote it, I thought I'll get them in for the sort of test pilot episode of this. So, Liam, thank you for coming to take part, and best of luck to you.
Thank you very much.
We have 8 Minky, who's a 30-year-old entertainer from Wisconsin. 8 Minky, good evening.
Hi, good evening.
And what's your sort of history with game shows? So you're an entertainer. What sort of entertaining do you do?
Kind of in the pub quiz scene right now. Of course, it's been weakened ever so slightly with recent events, but still doing all the trivia-related things I can.
Nice. I'm just giving you a bit more volume, 8. You're a little bit quiet on stream. Possibly,
sure.
It's my fault. Apparently, you're on 80%. Don't know why. How do you fancy your chances in the arena tonight, the face-off arena?
General knowledge is I feel my strong suit, especially like fast-paced, where I can come up with things really quickly. I feel the more time I'm given for something, the more I make an error. So hopefully this format lends well to the way I like trivia.
Well, we will find out. The very best of luck to you. And completing our 2 US and 2 UK players tonight, we have David. He's a 47-year-old game consultant from London in the UK. David, good evening.
Hello, Ben.
Thank you very much for agreeing to be here, and thank you 10,000 times thank you for the question database, which a morning of pulling apart and passing into the thing has actually means now I've got 10,000. I'm looking at my inspector, it says I've got 10,028 questions in the database, so thank you so much for your generosity with that.
Not at all.
This must be a sort of a thing for you. You must not get much of an opportunity to actually take part in game shows because you spend so much time writing questions for them. Is that fair?
Yeah, I mean, I think I like to know that I'm okay at writing questions. I think answering them is a very different skill. People sort of go, "Oh, you must be really good at pub quizzes," and actually, I'm pretty average. There are a lot of people that are a lot better than me. I mean, like if you ask me like really simple questions like capitals and things like that, I wouldn't have a comprehensive knowledge. So you may find I have some more Achilles heels, referencing a thing, not Achilles feet,
not Achilles
legs,
feet or Achilles leg. Quite right.
Or ankles. Yeah, just heels. Yeah.
Well, it is a pleasure to have you here. So thank you very much for agreeing to come and take part. And no pressure here. And I think you're quite right. It's a very different skill writing questions from actually assimilating all knowledge. And I don't think one retains every question one has ever written when being a question writer. It's sort of information that goes down and then retains for a certain amount of time and then naturally ebbs on. Well,
worse than that, I will know that I have written a question about it. I will remember that. I won't remember the right answer.
Well, hopefully you can find a few of them this evening. Well, David, Aitman-Key, Liam and Elliot, again, thank you all four of you for being here, and I do hope that you enjoy the experience. We're going to play Face Off. Elliot, you're going to be starting when we get there. I can only accept your first answer from what you say. Feel free to have a little bit of time, but as soon as your clock hits 0, you will be eliminated from the game. For people considering taking part in the tournament, do go have a look at the rules and the entry form, how it's going to work. Originally, the idea was to have 16 players. There's been quite a lot of interest already, as in more than that, and so I'm in discussion with Elliot and David as to how we might be able to increase the number of participants while still keeping it balanced. But it does depend on the sign-ups that we get, and we'll try and tailor it as best we can to those metrics. But do go and have a look. It's going to be a points-based thing, so you're going to have 5 heats each in the tournament and get points depending how you perform, and then playoffs, semi-finals and final. But all of that in due course. For now, let's go to the face-off arena. Let's face off. The game is not yet ready to start. That's because I need to press progress one more time. Let's go to the arena. So once again, Elliot, you're going to be starting off. I can only accept your first answer. Please speak clearly. The very best of luck to you all. And Elliot, the time starts now. Elliot, what is the full name of the audio-visual device that is often abbreviated to the word telly?
Television.
Correct. Liam, how many prime numbers are there between 15 and 20?
2.
Correct. Aitman-Key, Bonnie Tyler had a 1983 UK #1 single with the song Total Eclipse of the what?
Heart.
Correct. David, which word follows blood, data, memory and savings to give the names of 4 places used for storage?
Bank.
Correct. Elliot, which 4-letter word meaning the opposite of difficult is also the name of a type of chair?
Easy.
Correct. Liam, what item of restraint used to secure the wrists of a prisoner is known by the slang term bracelets?
Handcuffs.
Correct. Aitman-Key, somebody in a desperate situation can be said to have their backs to the what?
Wall.
Correct. David, which British coin has 3 feathers on one side?
2 pence.
Correct. Elliot, what is 1/5 of 25?
5.
Correct. Liam, which form of entertainment used often to include trained animal acts amongst exhibitions of human skill and daring?
Circus.
Correct. Aitman-Key, what B is the quartet of male voices singing in close harmony, usually without accompaniment?
Barbershop quartet.
Correct. David, which of these is a type of chicory flavoured beverage? Kitsch coffee or camp coffee?
Camp coffee.
Correct. Elliot, by what name is a wind-formed mound or ridge of sand better known?
Pass.
Dune. In which 1968 Stanley Kubrick film did the computer HAL play a major role?
2001: A Space Odyssey.
Correct. Liam, what B is the only English town with a team in the Scottish Football League?
Berwick.
Correct. Aitman-Key, in 1933, H.G. Wells published a book of scientific speculation entitled The What of Things to Come?
Pass.
Shape. In the children's book Old Yeller by Fred Gibson, what type of animal is the title character?
Dog.
Correct. David, which country lies to the east of Libya and the north of Sudan?
Egypt.
Correct. Elliot, how many stars are there on the Australian national flag?
5.
Incorrect, there's 6. Which party did Lady Astor, the first woman to take her seat in the House of Commons, represent?
Labour.
Incorrect, Conservative. In 1994, Lisa Marie Presley married which US pop singer?
Bieber.
Incorrect, Michael Jackson. To which Memphis record label was Elvis Presley first signed as an artist?
Pass.
Sun Records. Which British comedian had his own TV show featuring the characters See You, Jimmy, and...
Fry.
Panda, you're out of time, my friend. Oh, bad luck.
He's just stuck there.
Just got a bit of a run of tricky questions there, and that has seen you summarily eliminated from the game. Bad luck, the first player to go out. Tough under pressure there, but hey, thank you for being behind the scenes in helping me get all this set up.
My pleasure.
Panda, we will see you a bit later on. For now, Liam, because you've got the most time left, you're going to have the privilege of going last. David, you will be going second. And 8Minky, you will be answering first in the next round. Let's go to round number 2. I'm really proud of that animation, can I just say? That's all. Right. On we go to round 2. You've got an extra 30 seconds of time on the clock now, so you've got 90 seconds each. The rules are the same. Apart from that, it's a hard reset. 8Minky, you're going to be starting us off. Everyone happy with the rules?
Yep.
All survived to this point. Was it a breeze? Do we all think, Ape, was it a nice easy going, do you think? Or
Oh, I wouldn't say breeze, but I'm sad for Panda because I know what those tailspins can do. Like, you get one wrong and then it turns into 2, and just like how
can
eat at your head, yeah.
And it can eat into your time very, very quickly. But David, not showing up too badly so far for someone with average pub quiz experience.
Yeah, I was relatively pleased with Egypt, mainly because I couldn't think of any other African country at the time that it was right, so that was fine.
It certainly was. Liam, no drama. I don't think you dropped a single question in that first round. Feeling confident?
Well, I mean, I've done all right so far, but no.
We'll see how it develops from here. Well, like I say, you've all got 90 seconds on your clocks now. 8Minky, you're going to be starting us off. Very best of luck. Let's go on to round 2. 8Minky, your time starts now. 8Minky, the French word adieu means what? Hello or goodbye?
Goodbye.
Correct. David, in 1959, which US rock and roll teen idol had his first UK #1 hit with the single Dream Lover?
Elvis Presley.
No, it's Bobby Darin. Where in a fraction does the numerator appear? Above the line or below the line?
Above the line.
Correct. Liam, in British legend, Lamray was the name of the horse of which great king?
Arthur.
Correct. 8Minky, in which language does perestroika mean restructuring?
Russian.
Correct. David, in fashion, what D is a pair of trousers with a bib attached?
Dungarees?
Correct. Liam, what was the nickname of the writer and comedian Terence Allen Milligan?
Spike Milligan.
Spike, correct. 8Minky, in which 1975 film does a cello, alternately playing 2 ominous notes, signal the presence of a great white shark? Correct. David, in which European country are the Cantabrian Mountains, Spain or Italy?
Italy.
No, they're in Spain. The baseball term offense is used to refer to the team doing what? Batting or fielding?
Batting.
Correct. Liam, the US state of Arizona has a border with which country?
Mexico.
Correct. 8Minky, on which coast of England is the town of Hartlepool, east or west?
East.
Correct. David, in which decade did penicillin become commercially available?
1930s?
No, it's the 1940s. The film director James Ivory worked on over 20 films with the producer Ismail who?
Can't remember, no, pass.
Merchant. The right of a country to pursue a vessel from its own waters into the high seas is called the right of hot what?
No idea, pass.
It's pursuit. In 1783, the French Marquis d'Alanders took part in the first human-free flight of which means of transportation?
Hot air balloon?
Correct. Liam, Portobello Road Market is located in which UK city?
London.
Correct. 8Minky, in the USA, what is the name of the holiday celebrated on the first Monday in September? Labor Day or Memorial Day?
Labor Day.
Correct. David, which Greek writer is credited with the fable about the frogs, King Log, and King Stork?
Aesop.
Correct. Liam, which word from the German for game is used for an elaborate or glib speech typically used by a salesperson?
Pass.
It's spiel. The London market in Nine Elms, which sells fruit, vegetables, and flowers, moved there from where? Soho or Covent Garden?
Soho.
Incorrect, Covent Garden. Which title of a UK #1 single by the Spice Girls means someone who aspires to be a celebrity?
Wannabe.
Correct. 8 Minky, what is 32 divided by 16?
2.
Correct. David, the Cuban Missile Crisis was caused by the US discovery of nuclear missiles deployed to Cuba by which country?
Russia.
Correct. Liam, in the shipping forecast, what H is the area between Tyne and Thames?
Headland.
Incorrect. Humber. In the UK, what is the name of the National Police Force for the railways?
Transport Police.
I'll accept. British Transport Police. 8 Minky, an amoeba is an animal often referred to as being single what?
Cell.
Correct. David, what type of precious gem is the famous Kohinoor? And with that, David, you're out of time. It was a diamond, the Kohinoor diamond. Commiserations, David, you've just run out of time there. Did you shout cheese at me just then?
I had to get something because I didn't have time to.
Didn't have the time for anything else. I hammered the correct button, but you were just out of time. So bad luck there. Well, as your foray into this tournament, I think that will quite possibly be your last, unless you want to come and join us some other exhibitions in the future. And if anybody wanted any further proof that despite David providing the questions, he hasn't looked at all the answers and memorised all of them, there we go. But valiant effort. Thank you very much for joining us, David.
Thank you. I got Calabria and Cantabria mixed up, so that was my bad. It wouldn't have mattered. I think that the time difference was pretty severe.
It's pretty broad difference at this point. Well, it's been lovely having you. Thank you so much, and we'll speak to you soon.
Cheers, man.
Thank you, David. So 8 Minky finishing with more time on his clock. So 8 Minky will have the advantage of going second. Liam, you are going to be starting. Let's go to the final round. Liam, how's it been so far?
Not too bad. Not too bad. I think I've dropped on with questions. Several have come up that I didn't know. Just happened to be for other players.
Yeah, it's in the name of the game. If another question comes up for somebody else, and you think, I know that, but you can't answer it. But still, you're in the first final, the first ever final of this game. And I will say to you, both of you now, there is no podium for the winner. At the end of this round, it will just show who's run out of time, and the other person just sort of will just acknowledge their win outright. 8 Minky, not too bad, not a bad effort, finishing with the most time.
I looked into a couple of questions, like 32 divided by 16.
Yeah.
But that's the RNG of this kind of game. Just like whatever you get dealt, you got to deal with. Whether it's easy or hard, you got to guess something if you don't know it.
Absolutely. I will warn you now, because I've seeded the question pack, the questions always come up in the same order. There is a question that comes up in a bit, and then there is a question that is immediately after it, which is virtually the same question. So whoever faces the first question of that, bad luck, because you're going to have a think about it, and the next person is going to get a free question. It's just RNG being a 1 in 10,000 chance. It's really obscure, and I'm pretty sure it's going to come up in this run. If it doesn't, something to watch out for in the future. Right, for the title of the first test run of Face Off, Liam and 8 Minky, you're both ready?
Ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, Liam, you're going to be starting the game off, and your time starts now. Liam, which sex of the North American black widow spider devours its mate?
Female.
Correct. 8 Minky, which garden plant has flowers that grow in rows up tall vertical spikes? The lupin or the cornflower?
Lupin.
Correct. Liam, the name of which farmyard bird is a slang term for a cowardly person?
Duck.
No, it's a chicken. Kid, suede, and grainside are all examples of which material?
Leather.
Correct. Hey, Minky, the name of which common snack food means twice cooked in French?
Biscotti.
I'll accept biscuit, yes. Liam, which of these South African cities is on the coast? Cape Town or Johannesburg?
Cape Town.
Correct. Hey, Minky, what M was the name of a disciple of Jesus who became the patron saint of accountants?
Matthew?
Correct. Liam, the terms end zone and backfield refer to areas on the field in which sport?
American football.
Correct. 8 Minky, in Walt Disney's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, how many of the dwarves had beards?
6.
Correct. Liam, which animation film released in the UK in 2002 is set in the town of Monstropolis?
Monsters Inc.
Correct. 8 Minky, thermophobia is a fear of what? Snow or heat?
Heat?
Correct. Liam, what substance used for heating and for engine fuel is best known by the initials LPG?
Liquid petroleum gas.
Correct. 8 Minky, the French term meaning new cooking is nouvelle what?
Pass.
Cuisine. Which Irish dish is made from cooked cabbage and mashed potato mixed with butter and cream? Colcannon or cobbler?
Colcannon.
Correct. Liam, in the 1999 film The Talented Mr. Ripley, which British actor played Dickie Greenleaf?
Pass.
It's Jude Law. Born in 1445, in which field of the arts is Sandro Botticelli an acclaimed name?
Music.
No, it's painting. Complete the title of the 1998 film set during World War II. The Thin Red what?
Line.
Correct. 8 Minky, the best-selling author of the novels Bad Hair Day and Femme Fatale is Wendy who?
Pass.
Holden. In the UK, petrol stations, the colour green on petrol nozzles typically indicates what type of petrol?
Diesel?
No, it's unleaded. In the UK, which colour is typically used on petrol station nozzles to indicate unleaded petrol?
Green.
Correct. Liam, in which British TV sitcom did Carol and Quentin play Gary's girlfriend Dorothy?
2 pints lager and a packet of crisps.
No, it's Men Behaving Badly. What U is the name for an open sore on either the skin or a mucous membrane?
Pass.
It's an ulcer. In the UK, Inland Revenue, what do the letters PAYE stand for?
Pay as you earn.
Correct. 8 Minky, the Royal British Legion uses which flower as its emblem?
Pansy?
No, it's the poppy. In which century was the Doomsday Book completed?
20th.
No, it's the 11th. What is 8 times 6?
48.
Correct. Liam, in the 1950 film Sunset Boulevard, Gloria Swanson says the line, "All right, Mr. DeVille, I'm ready for my what?"
Entrance.
No, close-up. The organisation known by the initials CAB is what sort of bureau?
Bank.
No, it's Citizens Advice. The rock dove is another name for which common bird?
Penguin.
No, it's a pigeon. When a situation has gone wrong, what pea is the name of the fruit of which it is said to have taken the shape?
Pear.
It is pear, but unfortunately you're just out of time.
Most appropriate question to end on.
It has all gone pear-shaped. What I should have said at the start of that is you've now got 2 minutes on your clock, which is why that lasted a little bit longer. So, Liam, very, very bad luck there, but our first runner-up, that would have got you 2 points in the tournament. 8 Minky, congratulations to you. You are the first victor, which would have got you 4 points into the league.
Yeah, good game to everybody. That was stressful. I wish there was a camera on my face so you could see just all the discharge points like back and forth.
Yeah, I get the impression it's quite stressful. I'm quite stressful reading the questions because there's a lot of words coming up and I'm thinking, I don't know how to pronounce that. I'll do my best. Let's just have a look at the audience. Audience, feel free to throw some feedback. Obviously, this is now the last screen. There would be a winner's screen, and I'm going to do an internal league screen and stuff. But if you want to take part in this tournament that is coming up soon, go and fill in the details on the Google form there, and all the details are also on the Google Docs document there as well. Hopefully you found it quite fun. Hopefully it was fun to watch. So it's a very simple concept, just lots of questions under pressure from time against some other people. No lifelines, no helps, nothing like that. Just straight up trivia. Liam and 8 Minky, thank you both very, very much indeed for joining us. I hope you had fun, and maybe I'll see you in the tournament in Season 3.
See you then, man.
I hope so.
Cheers, guys. So, that's Face Off. That's what you've got to look forward to. I dare say, because I've got so many questions in here, my average for the entire tournament is going to be something like 3,000, I reckon, is what the tournament is going to eat up, unless we have significantly more players and we get up to 32. I've got 10,000 of them, with at least 2,000 more on standby, plus I'm going to write some of my own for it as well, because this is slightly UK-centric, and it's also... I don't think any of the facts are outdated, but there's no new information since about 2007, 2008. So I'm going to add a few more in myself, probably another couple of hundred of questions to add to this. Rather space is good. I'm able to film the chase in the US. Unfortunately, not, Lewis. If you want to pay my flights, I'll consider it if there's an opportunity going there. But I think given the current climate, that might be a bit of a risk. That's Face Off. If you're interested in taking part in that, do go and fill out an application form. I'd love to hear from you. I hope you have enjoyed watching that. It's certainly been fun to host. I'm looking forward to watching it back later on for anything I've flagged up. Just to give you an idea, in that particular heat, there, we used 81 questions. I was anticipating, I think the maximum you can get through, if there's 5 seconds of questions, is about 150 or something. So there were 81 used up in that particular heat. I might have a sweepstake when we start the tournament. How many questions do you think are going to get asked across the whole tournament? Of course, it'll now have to be minus 81 because these questions are going to be flagged and won't come up again. But yeah. So huge thanks to David for his contribution of all the questions. Enormous thanks as well to Panda, who's we had quite a long conversation about the formatting of it the other day, and I know David has chipped in with that as well. To Alex and to Ash, who have given a lot of feedback on some of the programmatic stuff with this. Like I say, it's still not quite finished, but it is functional with the sounds and the effects to get to this point. So hopefully this will be fun. Go sign up for the tournament. That's it. That's it from me for tonight. Nice way to finish there. Congratulations to 8Minky on winning the tournament right here. And thank you in advance to the question proofers, who are also going to proofread all of these questions as we go as well. So just to double check anything, probably in batches of about 100 or so. So yeah. What's happening? I'm back on Tuesday. I think that's the next thing on the horizon. We've got some Quets in the meanwhile. Quets, some Chase VGM. If you want some more intense, chasey sort of action, Quets is going to be on a bit later on tonight. I'm here on Tuesday with Blockbusters and the Code, going back to Game Night Classics, following on from Millionaire last Tuesday. Blockbusters and the Code this Tuesday. I hope you can join us for that. Ash is going to be here on Wednesday. I looked at his schedule when I watched the stream last night and I've forgotten what it was. I want to say the Vault on Wednesday. But Ash will correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's the Vault and Golden Mine this week. It is the Vault. The Vault on Wednesday. And I think is it Golden Mine on Friday? Is it Vault, Golden Mine, Turnabout, Million Duke Drop, I think, is the running order of it. Yeah. So, but that's Wednesday. The Vault on Wednesday. Catnip's back with, I think, semi-finals or the playoffs of Golden Mind on Friday. I'm back next Saturday. I'm not sure what I'm doing next Saturday, actually, without looking at my spreadsheet, which I don't think I've got open. Let me see if I can find it. Whoops. Yeet. Let me see if I can find the spreadsheet. I think it's on desktop. Stream schedule Q4 2020. Well, before I do that, though, let's just go to Be Right Back, just in case I'm showing everything there. Probably should have done that before. Let's go back to integrated webcam. That's adverts. We don't want adverts. What do I want? Integrated webcam. There we go. What have we got for next week? Looks like I've got Deciphered and Google that down. I may change that around. I might bring back, I think I want to bring back Deciphered. We do need to do some more Deciphered because that's fun. I need to publish the question writer app for that. Oh, and yeah, if you want to write questions for stuff, do go and join the Discord. All the apps will be there. But looking like Deciphered, maybe with Google that next week, maybe with something else. I'll see how I'm feeling. But I think Deciphered probably next Saturday. But Blockbusters and the Code in the interim back on Tuesday and then next Saturday. Ash on Wednesday and Friday. And Topper One is hosting. Was that Topper One that I saw? Let me just go and look back at the. I've lost Chrome now. Where have you gone? Chrome. There you are. Topper One is going to be hosting in 10 minutes' time. Hosting Wipeout in Ash's Discord. So if you want to go and take part in that, or just go and watch along for the bants, you can go and join Ash's Discord there as well. That's it. I'm rabbiting on, so I need to wrap up. What I'm going to do is play the opening credits as the end of the night for this. So, yeah, thanks very much for watching. Until next time, stay safe, be wonderful to each other. Hopefully I'll see you on Tuesday. If you've got any feedback on anything you've seen tonight in the Discord, in the suggestions section, it'd be lovely to hear back from you. Thanks again. Thanks to everyone for writing, proofreading, taking part, competing, winning, and all the rest of it. Until next time, I've been Royal Flush. Peace out, take care, and good night.